for those of you watching Northfield Live right now, it is, of course, we're in the pregame situation here, and Northfield's junior varsity is currently trailing 6-0 against New Prague. We're going to have the varsity game coming up for you here very, very shortly. 7:15 is the puck drop. At least that's what the anticipation is. Usually runs a little late. So, with that said, hopefully at about 10-7, we'll start firing things up here. We'll get you going on the pregame before New Prague comes onto the ice and the Northfield Raiders come out this evening. So stick around. We'll be coming live to you in about 10 minutes.
Or they're trying to get to the point for Peterson, picks it up, crashing the net, fires, and scores! Julia Peterson gives the Raiders a 2-0.
Again, pass to the right. Kaiser with a shot, and he scores! Are you kidding me? Camden Kaiser with a shot to go from the point, and the Raiders win! Raiders win!
For females, for team, Maggie Malika.
All the way over there can do that. As here comes Fish. He crashes the net, goes top shelf. That's his 4th goal of the ball game. The Raiders double the overtime. Courtney Graff is in there. Strike 3. Got Shopper looking for outnumbered through the neutral zone. He kicks it out to Klotz. He's going to fire on that and score. Spencer Klotz goes up top. And it's 1-0 Raiders. Here, start off the bottom of the 7th. See if Megan Snyder can be the hero. First pitch to Snyder. She's going to bunt it. Throw to first is nobody's there. It gets past her. Here comes Blandon to the plate. And she's going to score in the Raiders.
Klotzy, he's made good spin move. Klotzy, he's shot. He scores! Spencer Klotz puts the Raiders up 5-4.
2-1 pitch to step lined into the right center gap, and that one's going to drop for a base hit. Peterson's going to round third and score.
Yeah, jumper by Richardson, good. That was a nice turnaround jumper by Richardson.
Marcus, there's a centering pass, and it's good. And guess who? That's number 12, Kaiser, with another goal on the season. That's number 24 for Camden Kaiser.
On his back, and makes it I set the to the championship round. The triplet to the plate. She lines this one into right field. That one gets down for a base hit. Horman is going to go through the stop sign. She's going to score. This game is tied.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pepsi Center, a.k.a. the Northfield Ice Arena. Jimmy LaRue here with you this evening. We're hoping to maybe see Colin Merritt. He used to be obviously played for the Raiders last year. Hopefully coming here to do color for us today. We got Oliver Hellerung on the camera, producing for us tonight, and Howie Reister will be running our camera. And we're still waiting, like I said, to get our play-by-play or our color commentator here this evening. And we are running just a few minutes late, again, as usual with the boys. Usually says a 7:15 puck drop, but I just don't think that's going to happen at 7:15. But thank you for joining us here on 95.1 KYMN and AM 1080. And we're streaming live here on NorthfieldLive.com. We've got a showdown here. We got a really good one. 6-1-2. The Northfield Raiders tying the last 2 games. Mike Luckcroft, head coach of the Northfield Raiders, not overly impressed with tying those games. They felt they could have beat both of those teams, but they made a couple of crucial errors at the end of those contests that ended up tying up those contests, so they ended up in a tie. So 6-1-2, but they're taking on New Prague. The Trojans are 5-1 this year. Both of these teams know a lot about each other. They have played against each other for the last several years, and it's always come down to the end of the year when they are fighting for some sort of a playoff berth or something of that nature. Obviously, the Raiders beat New Prague last year to get into the state tournament. The year before, New Prague beat Northfield to get into the state tournament. So do you think there's going to be a little hit in here tonight? I say yes, there is. It's going to be physical. These are both senior teams. They got a lot of seniors on them, a lot of juniors. So a lot of seniors and juniors on both teams that have, like I said, in the last couple of years played against each other. These guys know each other. They don't like each other. It's going to be a battle here this evening. So I anticipate a really, really, really good showdown here tonight. Now it's going to come down to whoever's in the net for the Raiders versus who's in the net for New Prague. So for the Raiders, for the most part, I mean, they do have some good power play percentages. They got about a 30% power play. So if they can get on the offensive and get some power play goals are happening, that would be an opportunity. They have a 72.4% penalty kill as well. So they do very, very well against the penalty kill. And so hopefully that is something that will translate into reality when it comes to this evening's contest. As for New Prague, They have a 38.1 power play percentage. So they are very dangerous on the power play. They got a 78% penalty kill. Again, very dangerous team to be up against here tonight. So we should have an interesting situation coming up for the evening. We look forward to an outstanding contest here, and we are going to continue to warm things up. They're going to get themselves all taken care of here. We'll take a short break when they leave the ice, and then we've got to get the Zamboni out here and get the water back on the ice and get the ice ready to go for the opening face-off. Like I said, again, we were scheduled to do 7:15 for our initial, but I'm looking at 7:07. You're looking at 7:15. You're looking at 23:25. Figure about 7:25 or so should be the opening face-off from the Northfield Ice Arena. Got a pretty good crowd in here so far. New Prague traveled very well. They've got a full bench over here, and they brought a lot of their fans here this evening. So again, your Raiders 6-1-2 taking on the Trojans of New Prague, who are 5-1 on the season. Both teams like to go fast. Both teams like to go heavy. Both teams like to get physical. When we talk to both coaches, both of them will say the same thing. We got to be careful of the emotion behind this, because the team that loses composure will end up in the penalty box, more than likely. The refs know that this is a rivalry. They know that there is emotion here. They know this, and the refs are going to be keeping an eye on things tonight. I know that some of the referees talked to Mike Luckraft and kind of told him, hey, we're going to keep an eye on this stuff, so no retaliation, no late hits, none of that stuff. Otherwise, we're going to call it. That's it. So, with that said, we're going to take a couple-minute break. When we come back, hopefully we will have a color analyst, and if not, maybe I'll have to get Oliver involved. But, needless to say, we're going to take a couple-minute break. When we come back, we're going to talk to our opening coaches interviews. So, stick around. You're listening to Raider Hockey right here on 95.1 The One, KYMN, and we're streaming on NorthfieldLive.com. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
Every morning and the sun is shining, the familiar faces of local business owners greet you with warm smiles. You just unlocked the secret to a happier and more vibrant community, shopping local. Hi, I'm Kirk from Merchants Bank. When you shop local, especially during the holidays, you're not just buying products, you're investing in your community. Merchants Bank believes in supporting local businesses too. When you bank with us, you help put money back into the local economy, creating a thriving community for everyone. Thanks for supporting local.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. Do you have HSA dollars that you're looking at wondering, hey, what can I use these on? Did you know you can use HSA, HRA, and other health savings accounts to pay for your LASIK procedure? In addition, if you have a Flex account, you can set aside money in your Flex account for next year to use towards LASIK.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
Heritage Dental Care in Northfield is a general dental clinic specializing in a variety of dental procedures and services. New patients and emergencies are welcomed 5 days a week. Heritage Dental Care is a proud supporter of Northfield Athletics and wish all of our athletes the best of luck this season. Make an appointment today with Dr. David Bruss, Dr. David Buck, or Dr. Michael Thompson. Go Raiders!
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call the professionals at Service Master by Ayat. Service Master has been an industry leader for more than 20 years and have proven cleaning products to remove even the toughest stains and get the winter weather out of your carpets and floors. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. When you're in need of cleaning, demand the yellow van and call Service Master by Ayat today.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master. KYMN Radio 95 The One has been serving the Northfield area since 1968, delivering local news, weather, and sports every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Whether it's 95.1 FM, AM 1080, or online at kymnradio.net, we'll keep you up to date with the latest happenings and events in Northfield and the surrounding area. And be sure to follow us on social media too. KYMN 95 The One, we're all things Northfield.
Starting the home building process is challenging and it can be overwhelming at times. That's why Schmidt Homes has a plethora of 1 to 2-story floor plans to help you get started. Their vast options feature a wide range of square footage, design styles, bedroom, and bathroom count. Their dedicated team will work with you every step of the way to turn your dream home into a reality. When you're ready to start your next project, be sure to check out Schmidt Homes' beautiful and regularly updated showroom for inspiration. Don't wait to start building your dream home. Learn more at schmidthomes.com.
What if you could choose to make a positive difference in the lives of others just by where you choose to bank? When you bank with Hometown Credit Union, you are participating in a not-for-profit cooperative. We proudly reinvest into our communities through free financial education to people of all ages. We believe people can make better money decisions when equipped with the financial knowledge they need. Learn more about how you can join Hometown to make a difference and support our financial education outreach at www.hometowncu.coop.
Welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. And they are done with the practicing, so we've got a few minutes here coming up. So we've got about 15 minutes before we got to go with our face-off here this evening. So again, like I said, we are trying to get things moving along here. The refs are just done talking to the team and talking to everyone there. And it does look as if we got 7:09, so we got 15 minutes, so do the math on that, and that'll tell you about when we face off. So we're probably going to be facing off here in approximately 15 minutes from now. So if you're wondering where the game is, that's the situation. We'll be getting started as soon as we possibly can. Hopefully we've got our pre-game interviews set up. We are, of course, bringing you our interviews. Our pregame interviews are brought to you by Hometown Credit Union, serving 26 counties in southern Minnesota. They have 2 locations in Owatonna, 1 in Faribault, and another one right here in Northfield. Coach Brad Drazen, 4th-year coach for New Prague. We talked briefly this afternoon before the game and talked about what can be expected from this evening. We know this is going to be emotional. We realize this is going to be fun for the fans. Let's find out what Coach Drazen has to say. For this evening's pregame is the head coach of New Prague, Brad Drazen. Brad, you had about 10 seniors graduate last year, but you have a lot of other returning players, and you're off to a 5-1 start. How do you like what's going on with your team so far?
Yeah, anytime, a season starts, there's always guys in positions that they maybe haven't, been in before or aren't accustomed to. And our group has done a great job taking in what the coaches are trying to get at, going, playing hard, going to the best of their ability. It's, kind of a testament to the type of, people that we have in our program that's just what they do.
It's a little bit smaller of a team. Are you able to carry a full roster? Do you have 4 lines going out, or how do you arrange that?
Yeah. We there's so much that comes up throughout the year: injuries, sickness, all of that stuff. Yeah. So we carry 4 lines on varsity, 6D, 2 goalies. All in all in our program, we have 7 lines total, 11D.
So every year it seems that one of the two, either you or Northfield, knock each other out of the playoffs. So you get to meet each other a little bit earlier this year. What do you expect? What do you want your team to do tonight to help secure a victory?
Yeah, this is what high school sports are all about. We're pretty close geographically, play against each other and, multiple sports, baseball, football, hockey. We just have a ton of respect for Northfield and the way that they, what they do. And it's been fun to have the battles with them. For our team specifically, we try to just focus on us and our habits and playing the way that we want to play. Try not to get caught up too much in the moment. Like an old Tom Kelly saying, never too high, never too low, and just do the things that we want to do.
Obviously, staying out of the penalty box is fundamental, right? So how has your team been handling that type of adversity throughout the season?
To be honest, early in the year, it was not great. It wasn't undisciplined penalties. It wasn't retaliation or, hooking or tripping, those kinds of things. They were aggressive penalties. So we've spent a lot of time looking back at the film and just talking with our guys about that. We want to be aggressive, but there's a line. And we've responded the last couple of games by, we've taken 3 penalties each of the last 2 games, which is kind of, they're going to happen throughout the game. So that's kind of that number to be at, I guess.
Well, Northfield comes in with a very veteran team as well. I'm sure you're aware of them. That first line, especially with Kaiser and Munson and those group. How do you defend against them? Or would you approach that?
Yeah, it's been, the same group of guys there for a while. And
well, we got most of it in there, how he was going to try to explain to us, I think, just pretty much the fact that he, again, like we had said earlier, both of these teams have played against each other since they were in freshmen. So, yeah. Lance, we've done the games.
Yeah.
And we've watched.
Yes, we have.
We've watched New Prague beat us one year, and they went to state. Then last year we beat them, and we went to state.
Yeah.
This was a fun rivalry.
It is a fun rivalry, and it's I was just talking with one of the referees. There's referees, both of them, they know each other and everything, and everybody, the league knows about this matchup. It's kind of funny. Nobody really wanted to referee this game.
Really?
Both referees tried to give up this game today. Nobody else wanted it. I like it.
Right. Well, so like I said, we talked to Mike about it too, and the refs have already said, hey, keep your boys in check. Yes. Otherwise, we're going to put them in a box.
Yep, I would expect that today from both these guys, since they already came in wanting to, give up this game. They're not going to put up with anything, would be my guess. They're going to try and get ahead of it early, call some ticky-tack stuff so it doesn't get out of control.
Well, let's cut away here to Hometown Credit Union, and we'll come right back and we'll find out what Mike has to say.
You could choose to make a positive difference in the lives of others just by where you choose to bank. When you bank with Hometown Credit Union, you are participating in a not-for-profit cooperative. We proudly reinvest into our communities through free financial education to people of all ages. We believe people can make better money decisions when equipped with the financial knowledge they need. Learn more about how you can join Hometown to make a difference and support our financial education outreach at www.hometowncu.coop.
All right, well, like I said, we talked to both coaches this evening. Both of them anticipate a battle. Both of them expect a lot of emotion going on here tonight. So let's cut away to Mike Luckcraft, find out how Mike wants to play this contest this evening. Mike? Well, Coach, you got New Prague in town, and the last couple of years, this has been kind of an interesting showdown. It's usually at the end of the year and see who can knock who out of the playoffs. So you get to see them a little bit early. What do you expect from New Prague tonight?
Same typical New Prague, hardworking, very physical. Going to come, with their lunch pail and work hard. We're on the other side of it this year. I think when we went there last year, we had high emotion. We were anticipating that game from the loss in the section playoffs, and found the way to get the upper hand. They're going to come with that same intensity, after last year's outcomes. And this is a game they've got circled on their calendars. So they're going to come ready to play. They've clearly got a nice team. They're a little bit older team, so they're going to come play physical. We'll have to be ready to match that intensity.
The last couple of games you tied. What did you see from those last 2 games that you need to execute better tonight?
Yeah, disappointing outcomes, honestly. We fell behind at Spring Lake Park and kind of rallied back, but gave up a goal late to tie. And we just did not play well against Osseo. That was a team we should have beat, and we didn't. So hopefully we learned from that. We had some lack of self-control, took some silly penalties in the third period that cost us. This is going to be a perfect game to kind of make sure they're on top of that, because it's going to be emotional. It's going to be physical. There'll probably be some conversations between some of the boys on the ice. So we'll have to make sure we maintain that emotional control. And when we do get power play opportunities, we've got to make sure we make plays.
But we do know that both these teams are pretty veteran because, again, a lot of their team is back from last year and the year before. Same with your guys'. You guys have grown up a little bit. Now you got a lot of those guys that are seniors. How do you keep them in check?
Yeah, same way. Just, again, talk to them about playing the right way, making smart plays, not trying to do it one-on-one, use your teammates, make sure the puck moves, play physical when the opportunity's there, but, no need to retaliate, no need to, do more than what you're supposed to do. Just play the way we play and we'll be fine.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, well, welcome back to the Ice Arena there. Thank you very much. My microphone is hot now, so all right. So, I'm hot. They're hot. Everyone's hot. The people are filling in. The crowd's nice. New Prague traveled well this evening. We got a good crowd over here, Lance. And
the parking lot is jammed full. People are parking all the way down the street, cross the street. I wouldn't be surprised if there's an announcement a little bit later here for people to be moving cars.
Well, we'll see. But you know what? We've still got some room here. There are some open seats, in case you're wondering. Yeah, it's all fine and good. I'm not knocking Northfield Live, but I'm telling you right now, if you want to watch a hockey game, you want to get down here tonight.
It's absolutely better life.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you said, it's all emotional.
Yep.
So the first couple of minutes, I'm going to see. I'd be willing to see how they start, jamming and getting after each other. Cam Kaiser is a very emotional hockey player, and he likes to chirp, and he likes to talk. So we'll see how that all develops through 3 periods of a play. And I think if Northfield could actually get on top and maybe score first and maybe shut some of that down, that'll probably be their greatest advantage.
Yeah, New Prague's coming in at 5-1, correct?
5-1. We're 6-1-2, so we tied the last 2.
Right.
But they played some good teams along the way. So they're in the South Metro.
And both ties over the weekend, those were 2A teams, correct?
Yeah.
So I've understood that they didn't play super well. Either one of them, and I heard Mike just allude to that one of them they probably should have won the Osseo game. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he pretty much said both games he gave away in the third period because of penalties.
Okay,
so stay out of the penalty box.
Then,
it's going to be like you said. The refs are not going to give any leeway.
That's what I would expect.
Alrighty, well, our coaches' interviews were brought to us by Hometown Credit Union. Is a not-for-profit cooperative owned by its members. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We'll do the national anthem, and we'll do our starting lineups. You're listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1 KYMN and streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com.
Community Resource Bank. You can bank from anywhere, anytime you want. The CRB mobile banking app makes it easy to keep track of your balances, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, and deposit checks any time of day or night. With branches in Northfield, Cannon Falls, and Roseville, we can offer solutions for businesses, residential, and investment accounts. Community Resource Bank. Let's bank together. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouthguard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you with the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Cravey, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Mallory Peterson, go Raiders!
Don't let dry eye symptoms continue to get in the way of enjoying what your world has to offer. Although dry eye can be hard to treat and difficult to manage with over-the-counter eye drops, you're not out of options. River Valley Eye Professionals is very pleased to offer the OptiLight Intense Pulse Light Treatment, the first and only FDA-approved light-based treatment for dry eye. We're the only facility in the area with this technology and expertise to perform this amazing treatment. Find out more at rvep.com. River Valley Eye Professionals. Don't miss seeing your world.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference.
Welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena, and we are about to ready to get started here. They got back on the ice a little bit earlier. We are going to have our starting lineups brought to us by Ritchie Eye Clinic. Give the gift of sight. Get up to $500 LASIK. Visit ritchieeyeclinic.com.
In Connor Williams at right wing. a senior captain, number 10, Will Seymour. Centering that line for the Trojans is senior number 28, Eric Berg. On defense for New Prague, number 24, a senior, Sean Christensen. And sophomore, number 18, Cade Borwidge. And in goal for the Trojans, a junior, number 30, Quentin Staff. The head coach of the Trojans is Brad Drazen in his 4th year. And now put your hands together for your Northfield Raiders. Starting in goal for the Raiders, a junior, number 1, Max Frank. On defense, a freshman, number 2, Ben Geiger. At the other D for your Raiders, a sophomore, number 4, Bridger Riley. At left wing, a senior, number 16, Andrew Winter. At right wing, a senior captain, number 12, Camden Kaiser. And centering that line for the Raiders, a senior captain, number 11, Jake Geiger. The head coach of the Raiders is Mike Luckraft. His assistant coaches are Charlie Cloud and Scott Cloud. Now let's remove our caps for the playing of our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
Well, our starting lineups brought to us this evening by Ritchie Eye Clinic. If you're interested in improving your vision, scheduling a free consultation at Ritchie Eye Clinic is a great first step. So again, thank you for joining us here at the Pepsi Center, and our starting lineups and national anthem again brought to you by Ritchie Eye Clinic. So as you heard from both coaches coming in, it's going to be an emotional contest here this evening. We are filling up fast, and I love it. This is playoff hockey. They're ready to go. I mean, this is as playoff hockey as you're going to get between these two teams.
Absolutely. And like the coach said, the New Prague coach said, you know, logistically, we're close enough to where, like you said, the fans can travel. You know, we know each other. These guys play each other in football. They play each other in baseball. You know, some of the other sports that these guys take part in. So it's a lot of fun.
So they've gotten to see each other on again, off again. Like I said, the starting lineup for both Northfield and New Prague, they've been playing against each other since they're freshmen, basically, and a lot of these guys have been on the varsity for 3 or 4 years. So, again, they've seen each other. They know who each other are. They circled the calendar for this one, and I have a feeling we're going to have quite the excitement coming on here this evening. So, a pretty good round of seniors and juniors on this team. You know, the saving grace is next year they'll all be gone.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, so
right.
are most of our seniors
yes,
as well.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely, yeah.
And we're about ready to face off here at the Northfield Ice Center. And again, for those of you just joining us, we're getting started a little bit late, about 11 minutes past where we were originally thought of starting the contest. That usually happens with the boys for some reason. It's usually set for 7:15. Face-off at center ice, and the Raiders are going to come away with it, and they will control that opening face-off. But it doesn't take very long for New Prague to dump it back in. Now the Raiders will send the puck all the way back into the North. For New Prague, there's a centering pass out front. Winter comes right through the crease, just comes off his stick, and now they are going to fire it back the other way. Back down the left-hand side, they go. Seymour, he tries to fire it right in the net. That one goes all the way back into the corner as they continue to fight for it. There's a wrister that goes just to the right of Frank. Now they'll push it up to Kaiser. Kaiser will skate it up through neutral ice and across the blue line. Forward towards the goal, bounces way out to the far right, ricochets all the way out to the right. So they are moving the puck relatively fast. There's a missed pass and a turnaround in the backside there as Bosch comes flying out of the bench, but it's finally picked up there by Pumper. Pumper tries to clear it. He'll bring it to the near boards. Seymour will pick it up. He'll fire it across the ice. Now they'll bring it back on this side. Cashin pokes it up deep into New Prague. Centering pass out front, and there's a shot, a swing and a miss. There, an opportunity for Stewart. He missed it. Now Simon at the top. Pushes that one all the way back in behind. After it goes Munson. He's checked off the puck real quick, and New Prague will try to clear it out. It's held in by Cashin off the stick of Munson. Dump pass. That one goes all the way down to the corner. Now Simon will try to keep it in. He tries to give a centering pass. In behind the defense they come. It's Wojtas. Wojtas, one-on-one defense. There's a shot. Nice save by Frank. Kick back the other direction. Munson turns it around. He's coming down 3-on-2. They'll scoot across the blue line. He'll go to that right circle. Loses the puck off his stick. Checks hard into the boards. Now they'll come out of it with Stewart picking it out of the neutral ice, and the Raiders will now send that one back into neutral ice. They'll come back into their own zone and regroup as they do a quick line change here. Benjamin tries to push it up and through into the New Prague zone. Hot in pursuit is Vasek. And looks like Riley over there in the corner as they try to fight for it. They'll try to keep it in. It's Boardman tries to keep it in the puck. He'll try to do a centering pass out front. That one's off Benjamin's stick. That one goes flying all the way back down to the Northfield end. They are going to call an icing. And we have our first stoppage of play at the 14:47 mark from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. We're all tied up and we're underway here. 0-0 from the Northfield Ice Arena. We'll face off to the right of the goalie Stoff.
Very nice pace here so far. Everybody's nice and crisp. There's a little bit of sloppy passing there, a little bit, and some turnover possibilities there with that second line, but they'll keep getting better.
All right, face-off controlled by the Raiders. They'll try to keep it in, but New Prague will come away with it, and now they'll try to clear it up, and now there's Borwitz tries to get rid of it. It'll go in through neutral ice, tries to swat it down for Northfield. New Prague with the puck in the neutral zone, fires it all the way across the board. Now to bring it back in. That one's intended for Bradley, but that goes off the stick of Beckus, and that one goes flying up in the net. And I believe we're going to face off again, and they're going to call this one on neutral ice because it actually was deflected on this side of the blue line. I do believe the ref is talking about doing a neutral ice face-off, and that's what they'll do here on the near circle.
Were you able to get anything on Luckcraft about Munson being on the second line? Just some senior leadership there?
I did not. You know what? I didn't even know he had made that change until we did the initial. He said that with the weekend and stuff like that, with some of the stuff that they were playing with, but he didn't actually mention what exactly the reason. But I'm pretty confident that maybe he wants to shake that second line up a little bit and contend against it. Like I said, both these teams got full lines.
Right.
So that puck goes up and out of the net, and they'll face this one off again on the neutral circle on the far side. That one's picked up by the Northfield Raiders. Another controlled face-off as Whiteman dumps it all the way deep down into the far corner it goes. Picked out of there is Otremba. He tries to clear it, can't do it. Raiders continue to try and hold it in. Cashin down to the ice he goes. That one comes off the pad there of Stewart. Now the puck is fired all the way down in the Northfield zone. Off the stick, just misses that. Simon loses it in the corner there for a brief second before it's getting over to the far near corner. Fighting for it, digging it out. They'll send it back to the other side. Again to the other side, try to clear it up and out. New Prague will try to hold it in. That puck will go right into the bench, and we'll have a stoppage of play and another face-off, and both teams will move all of their lines out and bring in some fresh legs here. 13:38 to go. Raiders 1 shot on goal, New Prague 2 shots on goal, and we're all tied up 0-0 here in the first period. They'll face off down deep in the Northfield end just to the left of Max Frank in the goal this evening. Centering pass out in front, and there's a shot, and he just misses it right out front, and in the front left slot there's another shot in the middle, and that one's deflected out in front. Another shot towards the goal, and it one's broken up as well. Now it'll go back down into the corner for the Raiders. So New Prague putting on some pressure here in this first period. A lot of them from the outside.
Yeah, Seymour is definitely put a nice couple of good shots on goal there. A couple opportunities. Good job by Max Frank.
So the puck is finally cleared for the Raiders. Sneaking in behind is Winter. Winter on a breakaway. Shot and a goal for Winter! 3:59 into the first period, and Adam Winter strikes first.
Andrew Winter, at a kid, the senior, stepping up here. That kid's got some ice in his veins, boy, when it comes to those ISOs like that, where we saw that last year from him as well, where he can just take some time right at the very end there and put a really nice shot on goal, going right past the goalie's right ear.
Nice play by Winter. He snuck in behind the defense there as the Raiders cleared that one up and out. And I don't think New Prague even saw him standing there, and he took off and had the jump for sure. The Raiders will now be on top 1-0 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. He's going to wrap that one up. Stoff says, hold on, let's hit the brakes, let's reset here. And now they'll face off to the left of his goal, and they'll be in the far end for New Prague for another face-off with 12:52 to go. Quick little line change here as the two guys from Northfield jump off the ice, and the face-off comes clean. Plumper will push it all the way back down. Ponson right out in that slot. He'll take another shot. Now it's deflected out front. Cashman with an opportunity, but that one just goes sailing to the near boards. Raiders try to hold it in. New Prague's going to turn it around, go back the other way as Christensen tries to clear it. Finally banks it off the glass. Goes all the way back down to the Northfield end. Deep in the Northfield end. Plumper will pick it up. Forward pass to Stewart. Now they'll push it through. Simon back into the New Prague end. They'll hit the bench. They'll bring a couple of new fresh legs out onto the ice. New Prague tries to clear the zone. Raiders keep it in. Down to the corner it goes. Hot pursuit down there is Borwitz. Borwitz tries to send it around the boards, and now it's fired all the way across and down. That one is going to wave. They'll wave that icing off the backboard as it banked off the board. Now it's picked up by New Prague. Deep in the Northfield end. Northfield trying to clear the puck. Pushed back in by New Prague. Into the near boards. Fighting for it. Raiders come loose with it. Poke it up into the neutral zone before it's picked up and pushed back in by Christensen. Now the Raiders intercept it. Now Christensen hits hard and takes down Canelli. And there's a breakaway and a score and a goal for
Seymour.
New Prague.
Number 10, Will Seymour, getting a goal for Northfield. Seemed very similar to what just Andrew Winter just did. Catches a little break there, gets some one-on-one versus a goalie, and goes right past the right ear of Max Frank. Nice shot.
It's unfortunate. It got in behind him, and the turnovers in the neutral zone there, and then they get in behind there, and then Max is pretty much at the mercy, and they tie it up 1-1.
Oh, we missed that one. Sorry.
All right, the puck goes down into the New Prague end. Boy, it's crazy how fast things can change. It is amazing. Both these teams got some serious speed. Riley taking down into the boards. He pokes him there. We got the crowd screaming a little bit. They want some sort of a board check or a back check. There's a wraparound out in front. Max Frank, right through the crease it goes. And the Raiders will come away with it. Now they're fired to the near side. Kaiser across the blue line. Looking down that right slot. Hits the brakes. Looking for somebody out in the crease. Winter's out front. Waiting for the puck. New Prague will try to clear it. Geiger holds it in. Now the other Geiger. He'll send that one up. Jake fires that one, and that one goes up and over the glass and out of bounds. We'll have a stoppage of play. So we're all tied up 1-1 here in the first period with 10:48 to go from the Northfield Ice Arena.
Good game so far. Really good game. This is a lot of fun.
Fast.
It is.
Man, they are just up. And I mean, you make one mistake, boom.
I was just going to say, there isn't a lot of time to put too hard of a hit on a guy because you're going to get left behind if you do.
Right. Raiders will control the puck in the New Prague zone. In behind, pass, broken up, out in front, now into the corner. Now to the top of the left circle. Now they'll bring it over to the right side. Down in the corner, Pumper takes it, sends it down underneath. He's checked off the puck. New Prague trying to clear the zone. Munson from that right slot. Just misses the opportunity out there. Now it'll be Pumper. They're going to wave that one. New Prague in a full line change here. Cashin tries to poke it up and out. Again, intercepted in the neutral zone as they push that one all the way back down, but they're going to call icing on that one. Patty O'Rourke sends that one.
Yeah,
deep.
Pumper fell down right when he went to push it up into neutral ice, so he didn't get a good of a pass as he wanted, and that's why there was that turnover, and then New Prague just dumps it in.
So we've got 10 minutes, 12 seconds to go here, first period. 1-1 is the score. Face off to the left of Stoff, the goalie, the junior goalie from New Prague. New Prague will control the puck. It's going to be Borwitz. Borwitz tries to clear it out, can't do it. Now it's O'Rourke. O'Rourke will try to fire that one through. Picked up by the Raiders, and they'll try to hold it into the neutral zone to 4. It's picked up again and dumped all the way back in, as now Rand will skate it in behind the net. New Prague putting some pressure on the boards down there as Rand tries to clear it out. Cannot come clean with it. Now he forwards it all the way up in the neutral ice. It's picked up again by Christensen. He'll dump it all the way back again in behind the net for Northfield. Picked up by Boardman. Boardman tries to send it. We got a 2-on-2. Cashin down the left side. Stewart right behind him. And Cashin slides in, and the puck comes out, and the net comes off. And he says he scored.
Yeah, I think he did stick it in there. Will Cashin. Very nice
goal. They call the
goal.
horn. The referee put the net back on. I thought the net came off, but we are at the 7:31 mark, and it looks like Cashin will score.
Yeah, they're going to talk about here a little bit, but it does look like he's going to score. He did look like he was able to tuck it in there at the very last second. And the goalie, jams into that side and sort of knocks the net off right when it's getting snuck by him. But great job, again, the patience of Will Cashin scooting in there and tucking it in there. It did look like it. Yeah, just do you have it? All the fans around us are asking if we got it. We're trying to see here. Let's see if we got it here.
The referees are still discussing it there. I thought the net came off.
Oh, yeah, it looks like a goal.
It is, okay.
That looks like a goal. And with Cashin's response to it as well. Cashin tucked it in there and then just stands up like chill, like, yep, I got it. It's in. That was a goal.
So they are going to take it away.
Oh.
They are taking it away. They're saying the net came off before the puck went in. So it looks like they will negate that goal, even though it looks like from our angle, and if you look at NorthfieldLive.com, it certainly looks like it may have snuck past that line. But they'll waive it. No goal for Will Cashin. And it's still 1-1 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Now, New Prague. So who gets the juice on this one? We'll see who gets fired up now. If it'll be New Prague coming out of the chute, or is it the Raiders after they got it decline? Puck all the way to the near side. Bradley down that right slot. Down in and behind the net it goes again. 9:07 remaining here, first period. They just waved off a goal by Will Cashin. So it's all tied up at 1-1. Down the left side they come. Williams sends it all the way in behind the net. In hot pursuit there is Ben Geiger, and down in behind the net, New Prague comes away with it. We got two of the Raiders back there, two of the New Prague Trojans back there trying to come away with the puck. Finally, New Prague down in the corner. He gets sent to the ice. That puck comes out. Frank pokes it out, and now it'll come to the near side. Picked up by Bradley. Tries to clear it. New Prague jumps it back in, fights for it. That'll come into the neutral zone. From the neutral zone, they'll just pop it right back in and send it all the way back in behind the net as Ben Geiger goes chasing after it. Hot pursuit there. It's Bacchus. So they'll hold it back in. Now it's in behind the net here again. Centering pass broken up by Riley. Poked right out in front. It's right on that left slot. Luckily, they got picked that one up. That was almost a turnover. Now down that left-hand side. There's a front of the slot, and that one's out. In front rebound. And there's a goal. There it is, number 3. Barrett Bradley on the rebound. No ifs, ands, and buts at the 8:55 mark. There's your second goal of the evening.
No doubt about that one. Nice rebound. Nice rebound by Bradley, getting that and just backhanding that one right in there. Picking it up, getting it to the back of the net. No doubter.
Our instant replays are brought to you this evening by Community Resource Bank. Hey, let's bank together, shall we? So a quick look there. You can see that one was pretty clean.
Raiders.
They're not taking that one back.
At 8:55 of the first period. Number 3, Bradley Barrett. Assistant number 16, Andrew Winter Barrett. from Winter on your Raider goal at 8:55.
All righty, 7:52 first period, so things are heating up here a little bit as they're little crashing and burning in there. As Kaiser out on the ice. He likes to be physical down there. There's Winter trying to hold it in for Northfield as they fire this one all the way back down, and they'll call icing. So we'll turn this one around, send it all the way back down to the other end of the ice with 7:38 to go. Raiders out shooting New Prague here in the first period. 5 shots to 4, and they lead this contest 2-1 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, great job by the Northfield Raiders. I think that is what they're going to need to do when these tougher contests is outshoot their opponent.
Puck comes off in behind as Northfield controls that face-off, but it's only temporary because New Prague is in hot pursuit, and they're getting after it. Geigers tries to race to the end, but Northfield clears the zone. Picked up by New Prague. They'll bank it off the boards in neutral ice, and now they'll try to push it up and out. Raiders will pick that one up. Boardman will try to push it up, and Kaiser couldn't get a stick on it, but it does go into the neutral zone here for Northfield. Northfield Boardman trying to clear it. Munson right out in front as that puck comes clean. Kaiser picks it up. He skates over the blue line. Now he'll come down that right side. He likes to take that shot. Sure enough, he did. Off the top of the glass. I thought for a second there that one was going to stay in, but it looks like it jumped up and out. So we have a stoppage of play and a face-off to the right of the goalie, Quinton. Stop at the 6:53 mark.
Yeah, what looks like we're going to have the second line out here for the Northfield Raiders to keep things moving. Still a pretty good pace. They're starting to slow down a little bit from that initial few runs, but there's still a pretty good pace here.
A lot of adrenaline coming out of the start tonight. There's a shot by Pumper far to the left of the goal. Picked up by Munson. He'll push it up to the top of the circle. They'll aim down at the corner. Cashin. Now it's going to be Stewart going down there. There's another centering pass out in front. We've got a stoppage of play, and we're going to face off, I do believe, left. Yep, ice. The net came off the pegs again. So they'll have another. That net, for whatever reason, seems to have an issue with popping off. It's both the girls, when we had the girls out here the other night, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
It was just stoppage after stoppage. So Will Cashin faces off, wins the puck. He's got that right slot opportunity. He gets taken down to the ice quickly. Raiders will bring it to the top. Geiger works it down in behind, low. Munson kicks it up to the top. Picked up by Bridger Riley. Centering pass out front. Little backhand. No, there's an opportunity. There's a shot. And that one's blocked by Sapp. Nice shot by Stewart there. An opportunity to score, but cannot get past Sapp. So now the Raiders will control it in the neutral ice before it's swatted away, sent all the way back to the other end for Will Seymour. So Will Seymour, we haven't heard a lot of him here yet tonight, but you will because he's one of their top scorers for this New Prague Trojan team. 6 minutes remaining in our first period. Northfield pushes the puck up in the neutral ice. Will Cashin down the right-hand side. He wants that goal back. He'll center that one. Broken that up by New Prague. They'll scoop one out. Scoop one past as he got in behind there a little bit as Bosch with a shot towards the goal comes hard off the backboard and out in front, but the Raiders try to fight for it. Another centering pass out in front. Puck goes in behind. Misses through the crease. Frank with a save and looks like that net may have come off now. Yep, and that one came off as well. So everyone bouncing into the nets all over the place tonight with 5:32 remaining in your first period. The Raiders are still on top, 2-1.
Yeah, what a crazy scene of events there. You kind of get a little bit of a scrum right out in front. The net pops off.
So we'll face off to the right of Frank. Oh, and then Pumper tries to clear the zone, but he got it turned over out in front there. New Prague with a whiff and a shot across the middle. Now they're trying to little pushing and shoving again out in front as Frank swallows that one up and holds it in. So again, a little turnover in the Northfield end could have cost him, but luckily Frank got his glove on it.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a swing and miss there earlier when he was trying to clear it out of there. But yeah, Max Frank doing a good job. Showing, getting some experience here with some of these better teams.
I know that Luckcraft likes to switch back and forth a little bit between him and the Samora. So there's a shot across the top. He saw that one all the way. You could see him swipe that one right out of the air. So he definitely had his eyes on that one as he saw that one from the point. 5:11 to go here, first period.
Yeah, that was just like a catcher reaching out there and framing that pitch. Reached right up and caught it right in the webbing.
So we'll face off to the right of Frank again. Puck is controlled by Northfield. In behind it goes. Boardman trying to skate it out and clear. Puck held in by New Prague. They'll fire it towards the net. It'll come off the backboard and come all the way to the near side as they push it down in deep. Two of New Prague's guys fighting for it. Now they'll bring it to the top of the circle. That one out in front. That one in the left slot gets broken up temporarily. Boardman. And a lot of hitting and pushing going on here on the side of the boards there. Now Boardman will clear that one. That'll go all the way down. They'll do a quick line change for New Prague as the Raiders throw a couple quick new set of skates on the ice and tries to control it as they push it into the New Prague zone. Picked up temporarily. Williams tries to clear it. He tries to push it forward before the Raiders winner. Again, down that right side. He pushes it all in. Rebound right off the chest of it looks like Otremba there. And now Otremba will chase in behind it. This puck comes right out in front before it's picked up there by Berg. Berg will try to clear it up and out. Now they'll skate it into their own zone. Raiders trying to hold it. Now it comes out of the zone, but he loses it off the stick. Now it's picked up by Pumper. Pumper pumps it in. Aims it towards the goal, bounces off the goalie, but then goes down to the right-hand side as it looks like they dragged, basically, Geiger down to the ground down there. Somebody was waiting for something. There's a shot out front. Pad save. Geiger! The rebound shot off the glass all the way back up to the top to Simon. Simon pushes it down to the left circle. Now to the right, before that one is broken up by New Prague. So just a little quick split of the old stick there by Williams, and that deflects it enough out of the zone. Now the Raiders pick it back up. Geiger tries to center it, but that one goes all the way to the far boards in the New Prague zone. Now in hot pursuit, it's Ben Geiger. He'll skate down to the other backside as Bosch tries to race for it down there with him. 3:20 to go here, first period. Raiders still on top, 2-1. Most of these contests, the last two that we recall, like in the playoffs and stuff, was basically decided by 1 point. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, right now we're at 2-1. Either the scoring continues or they go into lockdown defense. That puck is going to go all the way back down into the New Prague zone.
Shots on goal are even at 8 apiece here right now. So yeah, you're exactly right. Every position does count. Boy, I'm just watching here that top line when they were out there. It is truly remarkable how spoiled we are. That extra gear that both Jake Geiger and Cam Kaiser have. I mean, everybody's playing at one speed, everybody's hustling. Then all of a sudden, when Geiger really needs to go and try and get that rebound shot, boy, does he get to that puck in a hurry.
Well, they're both running backs for the Northfield Raiders, and both improved. They're both seniors in great shape. So Casson will take that puck in behind the net as Munson tries to chase after it, but New Prague again tries to clear it. They'll push it down into that circle. Munson in behind, broken up by New Prague. They'll try to clear it up out of the zone, but it's held in by Northfield temporarily. Just missed the shot there. It was Goggins against Ben Geiger. Now the Raiders come up clean with it in the near circle. Munson all the way to the other side of the ice. Shot there! That one's broken up by the defense easily enough. Raiders try to hold it in. We got 2:15 to go here, first period. They're going to try to clear that. That one gets deflected up and out and over the end line. So we'll take a stoppage of play here again. We got 2:12 remaining, and we'll bring it all the way back down to Stapp, the goalie for New Prague, and we'll face off again to their right. Now both teams doing a full line change here as they get ready for the last 2 minutes and 12 seconds of the first period.
Yeah, the quality of shots too there. That was a really good couple possessions there, that give and go, and some good quality shots on goal. Just didn't quite convert.
New Prague tries to skate it out of their zone, and they do. Now in through the neutral ice they go. There's a shot. That one's broken up by Geiger. That one goes all the way up in the net. And we got a little heated words out there like we thought we'd hear. There's old Will Seymour. There's like the senior top scorer. So a little conversation on the ice.
Yeah, and he's getting it from a freshman. So, exactly. But a captain's younger brother is the freshman. So, he knows the drill really well.
1:56. We're just under 2 minutes. First period. Raiders on top, 2-1. Face off for the Raiders. Right through the crease it goes, but it's picked up by the Raiders, and Winter will try to clear it up and out. He just misses off of Kaiser's shoe, but apparently he didn't miss enough because they are going to call the icing, and they're going to turn around and bring it all the way back to the Northfield end, facing off into the near circle just to the right of Max Frank.
Yeah, boy. Here we are again. It's still tied at 8. There hasn't been very many shots on goal here all of a sudden. We kind of took them all really early. Kind of slowed down here a little bit.
And that's what, like I said, most of these games are decided by one. They're in behind the net centering pass. That one's broken up by the Raiders. That's going to go down the other side. Bradley takes it, pushes it up all the way down to the other end. Up. He's just going to wrap it up, and we'll have another stoppage of play, but we'll be on the New Prague end of the ice, and we'll face off on their end in the near circle onto the left of Quentin Stack.
Yeah, doing some more line changes here. Looks like the Raiders are bringing out number 3 line, it looks like, for the most part.
Yeah, they gave the Raiders a shot on goal in that one, which, it was kind of way wide right, but they gave him the shot anyhow. So, all right, so they're going to kick old Will Cashin out of there and bring Munson in to replace him on the face-off, and he wins it. Now Ben Geiger tries to fire one from the point, but that's picked off. Down the left side goes Williams. He's looking for somebody out front, and there's a centering pass, and that one goes all the way to the other side. Now, through neutral ice as they try to dump it back in behind them. Better get after it there, Riley. Picked up by Munson, so now this is where it's dangerous. These turnovers in the Northfield end can be costly. We're just coming up on 1 minute. Cashin got in behind the defense, and he was poke-checked off of that one by Vasek. Cashin with another opportunity to break away, just gets poke-checked, and now we've got a stoppage of play again. And it looks like we got some interference going here with 53 seconds to go in the first period. So we have a penalty on, it looks like the Trojans, and they'll be heading to the box, and it looks like it's Williams, number 17, heading to the box with just 53 seconds remaining here. So the power play in favor of Northfield.
Yeah, the Raiders could certainly use that right now, that's for sure. 9-8 of the shots on goal. Raiders leading 2-1 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard. And
from the right. And he shoots and he scores for that right slot. He just, Kaiser, he loves that shot, and he just cuts it loose. And wow, at the 16-13 mark, Kaiser puts one in and puts them up 3-1.
How long did that officially take then on the power play?
It took 7 seconds.
I was going to say, it had to have been less than 10.
Yep, took 7 seconds for Kaiser. Now, he loves that shot. He loves that wrister from that right slot there, and he saw the opening, he took it, and he puts them up.
Play for your Raiders, number 12, Cam Kaiser. Assist to number 11, Jake Geiger, and number 4, Bridger Riley. Kaiser from Geiger and Riley on your Raider power play goal.
32 seconds remaining here in the first period. New Prague centers the puck out in front. Through the crease it goes. Now the Raiders will pick it back up, and Simon will try to skate it back down. Now leading 3-1. 22 seconds. Hitting the boards hard and heavy. Down in the corner it goes. Jake Geiger, centering pass out front. That one's broken up, and it's pushed out of there by Boric. Picked up by New Prague. They try to hold it in. Simon tries to hold it. 10 seconds remaining. Through the neutral ice it goes. Raiders trying to clear it. To the near boards is Kaiser. We're going to have a stoppage of play here. I'm thinking we got an offsides. And they'll face off on the neutral ice on the far circle with just 4.5 seconds remaining. Both teams will switch out their lines here for the 4.5 seconds remaining in the first period as the Raiders lead this one 3-1. Controlled by the Raiders in their own zone. Skates it around off the boards. They'll try to get the clock, and there's the buzzer. And the end of the first period, the Northfield Raiders lead this one 3-1 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. We'll come back here in a couple of minutes. We'll take a short little break. We'll grab some more popcorn or something, and maybe a TV dinner or two, and then we'll be back to talk about the first period. What a fun, exciting period. You're listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1, The One, KYMN, and AM 1080, streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com.
Every morning and the sun is shining, the familiar faces of local business owners greet you with warm smiles. You just unlocked the secret to a happier and more vibrant community, shopping local. Hi, I'm Kirk from Merchants Bank. When you shop local, especially during the holidays, you're not just buying products, you're investing in your community. Merchants Bank believes in supporting local businesses too. When you bank with us, you help put money back into the local economy, creating a thriving community for everyone. Thanks for supporting local.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. Do you have HSA dollars that you're looking at wondering, hey, what can I use these on? Did you know you can use HSA, HRA, and other health savings accounts to pay for your LASIK procedure? In addition, if you have a Flex account, you can set aside money in your Flex account for next year to use towards LASIK.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
Heritage Dental Care in Northfield is a general dental clinic specializing in a variety of dental procedures and services. New patients and emergencies are welcomed 5 days a week. Heritage Dental Care is a proud supporter of Northfield Athletics and wish all of our athletes the best of luck this season. Make an appointment today with Dr. David Bress, Dr. David Buck, or Dr. Michael Thompson. Go Raiders!
No matter what business you're in, it's hard to find someone to keep your business clean. ServiceMaster by Ayatt's janitorial services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. When you're in need of janitorial cleaning services, demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster by Ayatt today.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
Drive your student to the games and get paid. Many of us would love an extra flexible way to earn money. Benjamin Bus has many driving positions available, including vans that won't require a CDL, small and regular sized school buses. These positions offer flexible hours, days off when kids are out of school. You can even bring your kids to work with you and get paid to watch their games. Benjamin Bus offers on-site training and testing, along with wages up to $24 an hour. No experience is necessary. Stop by Benjamin Bus on Highway 3 in Northfield and we'll be happy to answer any questions.
Happy holidays from all of us at Valley Auto House. Valley Auto House is a full-service collision center, towing facility, and automotive repair shop. Servicing all makes and models, we do everything from oil changes, brakes, and suspension, all the way to engine replacements. If you have a business, Valley Auto House is a state-certified DOT inspection and repair facility with certified technicians to keep your vehicles on the road. Happy holidays from all of us at Valley Auto House. Open from 7:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., located at Highway 3 South in Northfield, or find us at valleyautohouse.net.
We know that there is more to a home than the building. There is care and detail in every last nook and cranny of what you call home. That's why Schmidt Homes is the only call you'll ever have to make. Their in-house designer will work with you to get everything the way you want it. Their highly skilled craftsmen and quality materials will ensure the best possible value for your home. When you're ready to start building your home, be sure to check out Schmidt Homes' beautiful and regularly updated showroom for inspiration. Get started building your dream home. Learn more at schmidthomes.com.
Making decisions can be hard. Whether you're picking out home design details, choosing a college, or planning a wedding, you put a lot of thought into life's big events. But paying for it all is easy with a home equity line of credit from Hometown Credit Union. Rates are always affordable, and you can quickly apply online at hometowncu.coop. Make the decision easy with a Hometown Credit Union HELOC. Equal housing lender.
And we're back here at the Northfield Ice Arena. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Northfield Raiders lead this one 3-1 after the first period from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. An exciting first period, as we kind of anticipated. As always, a lot of fast moving. We talked off air about the speed, the gear that Geiger and Kaiser have, and the chemistry that those two guys have. They know where each other are. They seem to find each other all the time. And, you know, when they just need to kick it in gear, it's just like it's a whole nother overdrive for them.
There absolutely is another extra gear for those two in particular. I mean, we got a lot of stud athletes on both teams here. They're playing at a really good pace. But those two gentlemen, I mean, on that, especially on that, well, there was a rebound, and Geiger was probably 10 feet away from it. But all of a sudden, he was just right there and put a rebound shot on it. And their goalie, New Prague goalie, did a great job moving over and getting a block save on it. But it's just you and I both call and see a lot of hockey, high school hockey, and that extra gear, that closing quickness is it's something special to watch.
It really is. So the Raiders did outshoot them in the first period, 11-8. So we open up the scoring, and it was Adam Winter who somehow snuck in behind the defense. He was sitting on the blue line, and he got a lob pass to him. He was able to break through, and at the 3:59 mark was able to shoot and score.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and fire that Community Resource Bank replay. Yeah, Andrew Winter sneaking in there, and Andrew Winter, one of my favorite players on the ice. Gosh, I love that kid. Such a gritty athlete.
So it wasn't much longer after that New Prague was able to, they did the same thing. They got stuck in behind, they got in behind the defense, and that was Will Seymour who snuck in behind them, and then he turned around and was able to score on the Raiders at the 5:25 mark, and it was all tied up at 1-1.
Yep.
Then there was a shot by Will Cashin that we thought was the number 2 goal, but they said the net came off and they pulled that one back for Will. But then about a minute and a half later, it was Barrett Bradley who was able to get again in behind the defense on a nice rebound. Barrett Bradley at the 8:55 mark was able to shoot and score and put the Raiders up 2-1 at that point. Then we go to the third goal. This one comes all the way down. It was an opportunity for the Raiders. The Raiders
power play.
It was a power play, and there was a penalty on Connor Williams for 2 minutes for cross-checking at the 16:06 mark. At the 16:13 mark, 7 seconds later, Kaiser from the right slot fires and scores again to put them up 3-1. Your instant replays brought to you by the Community Resource Bank. Let's bank together, shall we? So nice little first period. Outshot them 11-8. And, we did say that, maybe the adrenaline at the beginning kind of came down a little bit. Maybe they slowed down a little bit, but there's still a good pace out there in that first period.
There absolutely still is. On both sides of the puck there is. It's, the Prague is a good team, and Northfield did come off of 2 ties, which Coach alluded to in your interview, where they were a little disappointed in only getting ties, so there might have been a little conversation about, hey, boys, we're going to clean stuff up and play cleaner and harder throughout this whole game, hopefully, but it definitely showed that way in the first period.
With that said, from your Heritage Bank scoreboard, your Raiders lead this one 3-1. We've got intermission just wrapping up. The Zamboni is just about ready to wrap things up here. So we're going to take another short break, and then when we come back, hopefully we'll get going here on the second period and see if the pace remains the same. You, of course, are listening to Raider Hockey live on 95.1 to 1 AM 1080 KYMN and streaming live right here on NorthfieldLive.com. We'll be right back.
Community Resource Bank, you can bank from anywhere, anytime you want. The CRB mobile banking app makes it easy to keep track of your balances, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, and deposit checks any time of day or night. With branches in Northfield, Cannon Falls, and Roseville, we can offer solutions for businesses, residential, and investment accounts. Community Resource Bank. Let's bank together. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Northfield Insurance offers more than just home and auto. They offer business insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and bonds as well. They have a combined 147 years of experience across 6 employees to make sure that you are getting the best possible insurance for your exact needs. Not only will they protect what's yours, they'll make sure that you're cared for like family. Find out how you can get the right insurance for you at nfldins.com or by calling 507-645-8861. Northfield Insurance Agency. They've got you covered.
Hi, this is Barb from Professional Dental Group, letting you know that the doctors and staff are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Professional Dental Group has delivered the same exceptional care for over 35 years. Whether you are scheduling for a general visit or an emergency appointment, we are excited to see your smile. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. Brian Kraby, Dr. John Nowak, and Dr. Tyler Yonke, go Raiders.
Getting glasses that fit right and look good doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. At River Valley Eye Professionals, we work with you to provide you with great-looking frames and the best corrective lens options available within a cost range you're comfortable with. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will make sure your glasses fulfill your unique needs every time. We don't just sell glasses, we shape them to you and your lifestyle. Find out how we can help you see more clearly at rvep.com. River Valley Eye Professionals. Don't miss seeing your world.
Community banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
Getting a job doesn't have to be a time sink, at least not at Northview Retirement Community. They work with me to create a schedule that works for me and is extremely flexible with time off. Not only are they flexible, but the work is beyond rewarding, knowing that I'm making the difference in our residents' lives. If you want to learn more about this fantastic place to work, check us out at northviewretirement.org. Northview Retirement Community. Innovation, choice, tradition.
Northfield is a unique town with passionate people. So much passion that it can be hard to keep up. That's why, if you're into art, local politics, sports, or anything else, Northfield Public Broadcasting is here to serve you. NPB is a free public access local television station that accepts submissions on anything you care about. NPB is a place to hear community voices and to share your own voice. Check it out.
Thinking of buying or selling your home? Don't go at it alone. Did you know there are nearly over 200 steps to the real estate process? 200 things to consider, be aware of, 200 things that could impede your ability to buy or sell or compromise the actual closing day. Alas, have no fear. You can contact one of our local and relentless agents at Century 21 Atwood and Professional Pride Group anytime to answer all of your real estate questions. Century 21 Atwood and Professional Pride Group. We're unstoppable together.
Located in downtown Northfield, Champion Sports has everything you need to fill out your Christmas list. With Raiders, St. Olaf, and Carlton merch, including hats and hoodies, Champion's got you covered. Champion Sports has everything you need for the winter sports season, offering skates, skate sharpening, and official CCM equipment. When you're off the ice, Champion Sports has incredible shoe brands like Brooks and Adidas for when you're on your feet. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram to know when the latest seasonal gear is in stock at Champion Sports Northfield. Enjoy the holidays and gear up like a champion at Champion Sports.
Valley Auto House is a full automotive repair, shop, collision center, and the only AAA authorized towing facility in Northfield. That means if you are in a minor or a major collision this winter, or if a deer happens to find your vehicle, Valley Auto House can handle it all. We work with all major insurance companies to handle your vehicle, from the tow to completing all of your vehicle's repairs. Valley Auto House is located at Highway 3 South in Northfield, open at 7:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday, or you can find us at valleyautohouse.net.
Welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. And at the end of the first period, the Northfield Raiders, with 11 shots on goal, lead this contest 3-1 over the Trojans of New Prague. And we are just about ready to get started with our second period here. The ice has been all shaved and cleaned up, and we're just waiting for the teams to hit the ice again. Coach Luckcraft is already on the bench waiting for the team to come out. New Prague yet to make it back to the bench yet, so we're just waiting temporarily. Referees have, of course, made it back onto the ice, and here comes the Northfield Raiders back on the ice. So Northfield dressed in their white and striped maroon and gold uniforms, home uniforms. Will be skating from the right to left on your radio dial. And then, of course, New Prague will come out in their black, their little red and black striped jerseys going from the left to right. They'll swap the ends here in the second period, and we'll get things ready to go here shortly.
Jimmy, you talk to coaches and people and the ADs like every week on Raider Wrap, every Saturday morning. Is there, I know in basketball, you just alluded to the home whites. The Raiders got their home whites on. In basketball, it's just the opposite. They wear their colored, and the visiting team wear whites. Does that ever come up in any conversations of why some sports are like that and others aren't? And I think it comes from the state high school league. I don't think it's up to the teams.
Yeah, I think it's only in my mind. I wonder that. I always, it's like, okay, hold on. Well, yeah, in basketball you wear the darks, and then in hockey you wear the lights, and then who gets to wear what? So.
I think football. See, when I was growing up, it was always home whites. no matter what sport it was, you were in your home whites. Good guys were in white, right? I think that's what it was. I don't know, but I've noticed that it's not the case. But I saw one of the basketball games that we were doing, and I'm pretty sure the direction came from the state high school league that the home teams would wear their dark jerseys and the visiting teams wear their whites. I think it's interesting.
Right.
A lot of times, normally the colored jerseys do look a little bit tougher. So I feel like you would want to wear that when you're home, but
a quandary through the atmosphere of life. Face off for the Northfield Raiders at center.
We're filling
Geiger
time.
will take control of it, and Winter will take it down the left-hand side, skates back into the middle, broken up by the Raiders, by New Prague as they send that one flying all the way down to the end line, and 14 seconds into our second period, we have a first stoppage of play here. And that puck will come all the way back down to the New Prague end. Face off just to the left now of Quinton Stapp. 3-1 in favor of the Raiders. Face off on the far circle. New Prague will come away with it. They'll skate it in behind their net. Tries to push it off the boards and into the Northfield zone before it's picked up and pushed out of the zone again. Seymour trying to keep it in. Now the New Prague will push the puck up and through before it's picked up by Ben Geiger. He'll send it to Riley. Riley up to Winter in the neutral zone. There's a pass off of Geiger's stick. I think he was going for Kaiser making the break down the right side, but Geiger got a stick on it instead. This puck's going to go all the way down in behind the net for Ben Geiger. He dumps it off to Riley. Riley pushes this one up to Winter all the way across the ice. Down the right side he comes. Dump pass there. Another dump pass to Winter down that right circle. Takes a shot into the glove and into the breadbasket of the goalie, Stapp. And we'll have a face-off just to the left of the goalie.
Pretty good shift there by the Northfield Raiders coming out. Really putting some pressure on New Prague right away. 12 shots for the Northfield Raiders. 8 for the New Prague Trojans. Because I need the guy sitting in front of me. I apologize.
So... Cashin with the puck, he'll drop it down in behind the net as they continue deep in the New Prague end. Push it down in the near circle, comes loose in that left slot. Oop, there's a pass that just goes off the stick temporarily of Munson there. Now they try to hold it in. Cashin skates to the point. Slap shot. There's a one-timer right there. And that one right in the glove of Snap. And a nice slap shot from that right circle.
Caden Munson, very nice slap shot there. Good velo on that thing. Nice save by New Prague too. You got to share the love over there to the New Prague side. He's doing a good job. He's definitely getting some quality shots.
Face off for the Raiders for the far circle. There's a shot towards the goal. Deflected up and over and off the pipe. Right out in front. It comes into the crease, and that one's broken up. So, again, it got up over the top of the goalie and behind him, hit the top of the pipe, and fell down into the zone and into the crease before Raiders and New Prague were able to clear it out of the zone. Now back into the neutral zone. Raiders will try to push it up. Kaiser down that left side. Cashin, shorts the goal off his stick, kicks all the way out. He'll send this one all the way down, and Max Frank will just let that one go. But he'll turn right back around and bring it to the other end, and we will have a stoppage of play.
Yeah, I got nothing.
15:08 remaining here. Second period. Raiders on top, 3-1 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Live from the Pepsi Center. It's Northfield and New Prague. Face-off to the left of the goalie for New Prague. They'll take it deep in their own end. Pushes the pass up to Seymour. Seymour skating hard through the neutral zone. He'll be taken off by Benjamin briefly. Goes back in behind for Ben Geiger. Ben Geiger picks it back up. Now it's taken away by New Prague. Fighting for it to the Raiders. They'll send that all the way up and through neutral ice. And that one will go all the way through. Becker. Riley picks it up. Skates it back in. Almost an offsides, but they didn't call it. So now they'll turn back the other way. Coming back the other way. Seymour going down that left-hand side. He tries to get around in behind the defense. But it's going to be Geiger taking him into the boards and taking him off the puck. But he'll rebound that one again from the left slot. Centering pass on front. It's right out in front. And nobody out there. And finally, it's grabbed by Geiger. And he tries to clear it up out of the zone. But New Prague shot towards the goal. Over the top of the glass. Rebound. Out in front. Down in behind it goes. Now we'll have a stoppage of play again. And
I think the net's off again.
I believe the net came off. And that was a lucky one because they were firing all over the place. Berg with a shot from that right circle. But he just missed the net. And that one goes in behind. And so now they have a stoppage of play due to the net coming off. And will face off to the right of Max Frank with 14:19 remaining here in the second period. The puck is controlled. Shot right towards the goal. Stick save by Frank. Coming into the near side. Riley getting taken down. Hard down out in front as the Raiders try to clear it, but it's held in by the Trojans. And that's, of course, Wojtas sends it in behind the net for the Raiders. A lot of physical pushing and shoving going on. Not any hard hitting necessarily, but they are definitely forechecking and riding each other off the puck a lot. So here's the puck neutralized. New Prague tries to dump it in. Finally pushes it all the way back in. Brown behind the net it goes. Hard hit into the boards. And that is Simon getting crushed. Now Munson will take it. Pass across the middle to Canelli. Canelli can't keep it on the stick. That one will come through neutralized. Now he's in behind. Frank with a nice save up and off the ceiling. So a nice stick save by Max Frank. Saw it all. Sent that one all the way to the top, and we'll have a face-off with 13:30 to go here in the second period.
Yeah, nice shot there by Will Seymour, the New Prague captain, shooting it in there, but Max Frank does get the nice stick save. Big deflection, like you said, bounces off the ceiling.
It's rare you see something like that. Usually it flies up in the net, but that one went straight up in the air about 35 feet. So the Raiders will take the face off, and they'll skate it all the way through. Winner, then left side. He takes that shot. It's right out in front. Rebound. Winner can't get it. Now it's all the way underneath, and we've got another stoppage of play. The net came off again with 13:17 to go here in the second period. So some good movement still here in the second period. Still got their legs.
Yeah, Winter again, the patience. You know, he could have shot that puck a few seconds earlier, and he wouldn't got near the quality of shot on goal that he did. But he kind of jukes just a little bit, and then puts just a rocket in there and just barely misses.
So Geiger facing off to the circle to the right of the goalie. Raiders will control it to the top. Shot towards the goal, broken net, deflected by the Trojans. They'll try to clear the zone. Down in their own zone, it's down in the near corner. Picked up before the top. Kaiser tries to fire one up and across, but that one's deflected by Williams. Tries to hold it in. There's a shot towards the goal that just comes right off the goalie and into the near boards. Trojans will try to clear it. Can't do it. Riley will take it. In his own zone, in the Northfield zone. Forwarding pass here. Breaking hard down the left side is Geiger. Geiger dump pass to Kaiser. Now Winner with the puck. He tries to go down underneath. Heads towards the goal, the old give and goal. That one's broken up in front. Geiger can't get a stick on it, so now the Trojans will clear. Riley will pick it back up. He'll fire it back up into the neutral zone. That one's picked up, literally intercepted in the air by Bosch. Bosch pushes it all the way in. In behind the net they go as they ride it hard across the board with Kaiser in the corner. Picked up by New Prague. They fire one towards the net, off the backboard. Winder tries to clear it up and out. Geiger tries to control it, but now the Trojans will send it all the way back. Kaiser with a hard hit in neutral ice. Picked up by Geiger down on the far corner. Brings it all the way to the near side. Winner, left side. Looking. Drop pass. Geiger. Shot. That one's broken up off the stick of the goalie. Now it's back out to the front. Rand trying to hold it in. He'll send it back down into the corner as the Raiders continue to pursue the puck down deep in the end of New Prague. 11:40 remaining. Second period off the ref's shin. That one will go all the way up, out, and they try to clear it out of the zone, and then we'll have a stoppage of play here, and I think we're going to have, they're going to call it out of play, I believe, and they'll face off on neutral ice here. I think it touched one of the players in the box.
I agree. I think it did touch one of the guys up there in the bench. Kind of flipped up in there and kind of came out of there a little weird.
11:33 to go here. And now they're changing their mind here, and they're going to bring the puck all the way back down to the far circle, just to the right of Max Frank.
Not sure I understand that.
Not sure I understand that either, because it certainly wasn't icing on the Raiders. Maybe they call it on a hand pass, I don't know. But needless to say, there's a shot towards the goal. Frank with the stick save there. Raiders trying to clear the zone. Intercepted, broken up, pushed right back in there. Myers picked up by the Raiders. Neutral ice. Pass to the right. Cashin down the right side. All the way in behind the net. Tries to get one out in front of Munson, who's breaking through the crease, but that one goes flying right on through. Simon trying to hold it in. Now Munson will pick it back up at the Northfield end. Tries to skate through. He gets taken off the puck. Now it's the Trojans going back the other way. They try to take it in. They get checked off the puck. Very fast and very physical this evening. Like I said, you're looking on almost like playoff-type hockey here this evening as these two square off. That one goes to the left of Frank, centering pass out front, broken up, picked up by Munson. He'll skate it through. Neutral. Down that left side, he'll go. Being highly contested there by Christensen. Christensen comes away with it. He'll skate it in behind the net. Down that left side, hits the brakes, tries to clear. Can't. Interception. Picked up by the Raiders. There's a shot towards the goal. And that one, Whiteman with a shot. And right into the glove of Stamp, with 10:24 to play here in the second period.
Yeah, Whiteman was kind of looking for another Northfield Raider to pass that to, see if they couldn't, looking for some help to get a better shot on goal. But nobody else was there, so he just flips it up there. Tries to put something up there, try to get maybe a little rebound.
Face off in the New Prague zone. Now we got a referee here with a stoppage of play again. They'll face off again to the left of the goalie in the far circle. Down into the goalie, boom, another whistle, another stop.
Yeah, I think he wanted to just kick it out of there, and then he realized, I better glove this and give myself a better opportunity.
So we're going to face off again to his left, and it goes all the way to the corner. Now skating in behind his New Prague. They'll try to skate it up and out. Nice little stick move there by number 18. That's Borwich. And he gets taken down as Riley takes him down to the ground. And now the Raiders go the other direction all the way down into the corner. Munson has a centering pass. There's nobody there. There's people breaking for the middle, but there's nothing there. So now it's Whiteman again pushing it down into the far corner. All the way around it goes. Raiders will try to dump it back in and flips it right into the grass. That's Rand. He just flipped it up in the air and under the net, and so we'll stop and we'll have another face-off here, I do believe, to the left of the goalie for the Trojans. So a big line change here, an entire line change from both teams. Raiders on top of this one, 3-1 still with 9:47 remaining here in your second period. So no goals yet here in the second period. Like I said, in that first period, these games are usually highly contested. That's a shot! Wow, what a rebound there. Jake Geiger with a baseball swing across the top, and he puts them up 4-1. Just as soon as I'm saying there's no good scores being made, all of a sudden at the 7:23 mark of the second period, finally Geiger with a shot, and wow, what a rebound. He just swatted that right out of the air.
Yeah, it sure was. Boy, like you said, Geiger getting that more of that scoring, adding that total to his senior leadership scoring here as we, I think, here we go with Stephen Caden announcing it, maybe. Yep, there he is.
Scoring for your Raiders at 7:23 of the second period. Number 11, Jacob Geiger. Assistant number 17, Sam Boardman. And number 12, Cam Kaiser. So Jake Geiger from Boardman and Kaiser at 7:23 on your Raider goal.
So again, here we are. You got Geiger involved, you got Kaiser involved. All these guys are involved. They're all getting involved in here. Kaiser's got his 26th, 27th point tonight, and I think Geiger, that's his ninth goal of the year. And I think he hit a milestone here not too long ago with his 100th point.
Yeah, he did in the last game versus Monticello. He hit his 100th point. We didn't call it out in time, but we did get it recapped in the story. That was Sam Boardman's second career point right there.
All right, we got a stoppage of play. Guess what? The net came off. 8:50 to go. Raiders on top of this one, 4-1. That's shooting them now 21-12. So it was pretty even there towards the end of the first period with just 8 shots apiece. But now the Raiders have pretty much taken over a little bit. They've outshot them 10-4 here in the second period. So a lot of opportunity for the Raiders out front, and that's why they are on top of this one, 4-1. Like I was going to say that these two, when they play each other, it's usually a 1-point difference. And, one or two things, either the scoring is going to continue to rise or it's going to get shut down by both defenses. But Geiger shutting me up really quickly there at that 7:23 mark. Now New Prague with the puck in the Northfield end. Pushes it all the way in behind the net it goes. Whitus tries to clear out in front. Nope, no good. Munson, he'll come skating out. Down that right side, they'll go. Raiders back, shot towards the goal. Huge rebound out front. That one goes in behind the net. Now it's Simon trying to hold it out from the top of the point there. Cashin will fire it up. It comes off of his stick. They'll turn right back around. and they're going back the other way. It's Beckus, and there's a huge hit right there, and we've got a penalty against number 5, it looks like, Pumper, or it should be against New Prague. That was just he just gang tackled him right to the ground. That was just brutal.
Yeah, this chippiness is starting to pick up a tiny bit. I mean, it's still a pretty clean game overall for sure for what we were expecting coming into this game with how well these guys know each other. But it's New Prague starting to maybe get a little bit frustrated there. Some of the hits that we just saw down here behind our own net.
So that is Beckus, who is going to go into the net, or go into the penalty box, because he just literally dragged him right down to the ground. That was ridiculous.
So, yeah, minor penalty.
2 minutes roughing at 8:57.
And we are off again. Into the Northfield zone they go. They'll be on the power play for the next minute and 45 seconds. Let's see how they respond. They do have a 30% power play percent effectiveness, but on the other hand, there's 74% of a penalty kill for New Prague. Here's a left-hand side. There's Winter with a shot. Up and over. Off the glass it goes. 1:25 remaining in the power play for Northfield. Deep in the New Prague end. Picked up by Benjamin. He gets taken to the ice. Tries to clear it up and out of there. Sewers tries to hold it in. Down in the corner it is. Both teams fighting for it. Raiders are going to come away with it. Benjamin to the top. Geiger fires one down, centering pass. There's another shot and an opportunity out front, and the net came off. Net came off, saw that come off almost instantaneously.
It sure did.
You could see that one right away. There was a nice little wraparound opportunity, and it just popped real quick, and then the net popped, and then they have a stoppage of play. So we've got just under a minute in the power play here, and the Raiders on top 4-1 with 7:02 remaining here in the second period. Now the referee over there having a bit of a conversation. That's Captain Camden Kaiser, so they're having some little discussion here. Who knows what they're talking about, but like you said, both of these referees wanted to opt out of refereeing this thing this evening because they just didn't want to get involved in this because they knew it was going to be hot and heavy. So maybe he was just talking to Kaiser there a little bit about retaliation or whatnot. So the puck comes loose for Northfield. It's picked up by the Trojans. They'll skate that all the way down in the Northfield end. Broken up by Riley. Down in the corner it goes. Nice check into the boards there. There's a dump pass there for Munson. He'll skate this through with Geiger breaking down in the middle. Camden Kaiser, or Munson out in front, but then it's Geiger. He can't get a stick on it. Now we got some high-flying sticks with Berg getting after it next to the net. There's a pass towards Geiger, but that one goes off the stick of Riley. They'll bring that one all the way back out. Now we've got a turnover, and the Raiders with a great opportunity as the Trojans had a line change, and they didn't take advantage of it. Now there's another turnover for the Raiders, and we got 15 seconds remaining, but the Raiders almost making a huge error in their own zone there. Could have went shorthanded very easily. 5 seconds remaining in the power play. Riley dragged to the ground. Kaiser will get after it in his own zone, and we're back at full strength with 6 minutes remaining here in the second period. Kaiser down the near side. Down this left all the way down. He gets checked off the puck, and down into the corner it goes. In behind. Munson defending at the circle. Raiders try to hold it in. It's picked up. Down that right side they go. Blair getting after it down in the corner. Picked up by the Raiders down there as Boardman tries to pick it up, and he'll try to bring it up. Pushes a pass forward to Munson. Munson back to Benjamin. Off Benjamin's stick, and he'll try to clear it. Down in the corner for the Raiders it goes. Williams in hot pursuit. Down around the corner it comes. Puck gets cleared easily. They're going to wave it. 5:15 to go here. Second period. Raiders with the puck in their own zone. They'll try to push it up and out. That will go all the way down into the goalie. Goalie will just cover it up, and we'll have a stoppage of play with 5:08 to go, second period.
Yeah, the shots on goal here have really started to favor Northfield quite drastically now, with at least an 11-shot favor for Northfield, 23-12. That's picking up the pace.
Face-off will be to the right of Quinton Staff. 5:08 to go. Face-off Raiders. They'll control the puck. Simon will push it all the way back down into the corner for Northfield. They'll continue to battle it out in the corner. They come away with it. That left circle sends it all the way to the top of the point and tries to says a pass across the top from Pumper to Simon, but it comes out of the zone. Now the Raiders push it right back in. Tries to get back on sides, and I'm not exactly. I mean, they were skating around the blue line, and then they kind of held off on it, and then they still got called for offside. So it looks like we're going to have to face off to the neutral zone in that far circle.
Yeah, I guess I was caught off guard. I don't know if that was Kennelly, whatever. They'd gone way down there before they blew the whistle, so I guess I didn't see where it actually went offsides at.
Face off at neutral ice, 4:44 remaining, second period. Cashin with it, and whoa, he just gets blasted. Christensen just square loaded up, hit him just square in the chest and down on the ground he goes. So again, try to keep your emotions in check is the key here. Stewart shot Kennelly into the glove again of the goalie, and we'll have another stoppage of play and a face-off to the right. So
good job there by Stewart and Kennelly, having a little chemistry there. Nice passing. Getting a good shot on goal in close, hoping to get a rebound, but the New Prague goalie does a great job covering it up and keeping it in there, not allowing any rebound.
So we're going to face off just to the right of the goalie. Raiders try to control it, but it's picked up by New Prague. They'll try to clear it. Geiger tries to come away with it, tries to hold it in. That's probably going to... Nope, they didn't call an offsides on that. So Winner down in that corner sends one right through the crease as the Trojans pick that one up in the near corner. Send that one flying all the way back. He'll wave that one off. The young Geiger getting after it. And he gets taken down to the ground. Slides right into the boards there. And I'm guessing we're going to have a... There we go. We are going to have a penalty there again. And right to the... he knew better. He just skated right over there. That was Bobby Goggins, and he knew he did it. He screwed it up for sure. So at the 13:01 mark, they're going to go in, and they're going to have another 2-minute penalty here against New Prague. So we'll be in again in the penalty for the Northfield Raiders. So
on the power play, the New Prague does have a pretty good save or goal power play. Good grief. What was it, 74%?
74% of the penalty kill there, so they do a nice job of keeping it out of
That's what phrase
the net.
I was looking for, penalty kill, thank you.
Or the PK, as they like to say.
Yep.
The puck comes up to the top of the circle. Riley pushes it all the way back down in the corner. We got four Raiders on this side of the ice, and Munson all by himself on the other side of the ice there. So they are in the power play again for the Raiders. Through the neutral ice it goes. They'll dump it in. They'll stand at the top of the point. They'll bring it here to the near side. Riley, top of the circle. Dumps it down into the corner for the Raiders. Centering pass out front. Kaiser couldn't get a stick. There's a rebound out front. Oh, and Geiger had the opportunity. Kaiser had it laid out right in front of the crease. Geiger had a shot on it and couldn't get a stick to it. Now they'll come to the left side. There's another wrister by Kaiser from the left circle. Centering pass out front again. Geiger with the wraparound in behind, and that one's covered up by the goalie. We got 3 minutes remaining here in the second period with 1:01 remaining in the power play for the Northfield Raiders. Nice little push there.
It sure was. And with that little series there, the one before this, where Geiger, we all see the puck right in front of the net, and there was a little scrum, and Geiger looked like he had a shot, but he still came away with the puck. He didn't lose possession of it. I think that's just remarkable to be able to get through there in that slow heartbeat.
Puck in behind the net for New Prague. Raiders trying to control it on the power play with 45 seconds to go in the power play here in the second period. Kennelly pushes it all the way in behind Benjamin. Ooh, and he just gets crushed into the corner. Now puck comes loose. Nobody up there as the Raiders try to hold it in with just 30 seconds remaining in the power play. Puck right out in front of the crease. There's a rebound. Oh, and what a Kennelly drag to the ground. That should be interference. There's no penalty. There's a delayed call penalty, right there. Yep. That is absolutely. That was dragged to the ground. Shot towards the goal. That one's deflected to the near boards. 12 seconds remaining in the power play for the Raiders. They still control it. There will be another penalty as soon as they let it go. So they'll wind it all the way down. They almost should have let the Trojans take the puck back because now they'll be at full strength as they come back to full strength, and now it's offsides, and now we'll have a turnover. This should be, nope, they keep control of the puck. So as long as the Raiders have control of the puck, it'll be still 5-on-5, so they're still waiting to make the call here until the Trojans take the puck away, and they're not in any hurry. It doesn't look like to take it. Winner from the top of that left circle down to Kaiser. Puck out in front. There's a shot out in front through the crease. It goes, and finally, stoppage of play. We're going to have interference in front of the goal, and that is going to be, it's been so long since they called it.
I forgot who it was.
I'm not even sure who it might even be here.
It's like number 12.
Number 12 will get the penalty here. So that is going to be
Clark.
Dylan. So what do we got there? We got the 15-26 mark. So this is, and they talked about their penalties and the 2 minutes and the interference as well, and they said that, at the beginning of the season they didn't do so well with staying out of the penalty box, and tonight they're getting a little sloppy here in the second period. A lot of penalties against New Prague. We're at 1:10 to go. Again, Raiders back in the power play. They have not been able to really convert on these power plays this evening, but they've had plenty of advantages and plenty of opportunity, and we will have working our way down to 1 minute. 1 minute left of the second period. There's another centering pass right out in front. Munson right off his stick through the crease. Picked up by the Raiders with 1:21 to go. So the puck comes out of the zone. It'll come all the way back in the neutral area, and the Raiders will regroup with it. 45 seconds remaining in the second period. Kaiser will skate it through. Still at the power play. 1-man advantage, but now they lost control of it again in the neutral zone, and now Munson will skate it back in. Raiders to the right-hand side. Rister shot out front. That one's broken up. Cashin with an opportunity. Now we have another stoppage of play. They pulled the goalie for temporarily.
They didn't quite make it there. They were going to.
So they got another penalty on the play, I do believe, here. So they're going to send somebody to the box.
The door's open.
The door's open, so somebody's going in there. Looks like number 11.
It does.
Beckus with another penalty on the evening. He's a little rough. This is his second one.
So now Northfield obviously at a 2-man advantage.
For at least the next.
Here we go.
Too many participants served by number 11, Michael Beckius. Too many men.
Too many men on the ice for New Prague. There's a shot that's broken up. Nice defensive move there by Christensen as that puck comes all the way back into the Northfield zone. Kaiser will hold it here in the corner, and we are winding it down with 5 seconds to go. That puck just gets fired all the way down to the other end. There will be no icing. Somebody will have to pick the puck up, though, and we'll have the end of the second period. So Northfield would come back into the second period. They will have a 2-man advantage for at least the first 26 seconds, and then they'll have another 1-man advantage for about 1 minute and 10 seconds into the third period. Outshooting them 30-12 currently in the second period. Raiders on top of this one, 4-1 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll recap. And we'll have the third period coming up on its way. You're listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1, The One, and AM 1080 KYMN. Streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com.
Banking at its best. Whether you are looking to improve your financial future, planning to buy a new home, or considering a mortgage, Heritage Bank in Northfield can help. Our ability to make decisions locally provides you the highest level of service at competitive rates. Your finances and home are important to you, and having a staff that you can trust makes all the difference. We make banking easy with real estate specialists and loan officers ready to help you. Stop by Heritage Bank on Highway 3 or contact us at heritagebankmn.com and see how the professionals at Heritage Bank can help you build your future.
The days are getting cooler, and it means it's time to take a trip to Witt Brothers for your winter checkup. Let's face it, no one wants to get caught in the cold with a dead battery. Make sure your vehicle is in peak condition for the winter season. The checkup includes an oil change, tire rotation, brake inspection, battery tests, and they'll even winterize your vehicle. Stop by Witt Brothers Service, located at 701 Division Street in downtown Northfield, for all your automotive maintenance and repair needs.
The graphic mailbox in the River Park Mall. With all of your mailing and printing needs, we can pack it up, ship it out, and get it down the road fabricate a sign or a banner. We work hard to know our products. We can find what works for you and set you up with everything you need. The graphic mailbox in the River Park Mall, offering solutions for you.
No matter what business you're in, it's hard to find someone to keep your business clean. ServiceMaster by Ayatt's janitorial services cover everything from floor care and carpet cleaning to general cleaning, windows, and power washing. When you're in need of janitorial cleaning services, demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster by Ayatt today.
Demand the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
The Quarterback Club of Northfield knows just how hard the student athletes work each and every sports season and would like to wish all of the Raiders athletic teams the best of luck this year. After practice is over or before the big game, stop into the Quarterback Club and grab their roasted chicken, tender baby back ribs, or famous broiled burgers. Short on time? Call ahead and they will have it ready for you to carry out. They serve lunch and dinner, so no matter your busy schedule, the Quarterback Club has something for you. Good luck, Raiders, and we'll see you after the game. The Quarterback Club, off Highway 3 in Northfield.
Heritage Dental Care in Northfield is a general dental clinic specializing in a variety of dental procedures and services. New patients and emergencies are welcomed 5 days a week. Heritage Dental Care is a proud supporter of Northfield Athletics and wish all of our athletes the best of luck this season. Make an appointment today with Dr. David Bress, Dr. David Buck, or Dr. Michael Thompson. Go Raiders!
Northfield Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. Practice their communication skills by providing play-by-play and color announcing, getting interviews with fellow students or coaches, or writing stories. They can showcase their graphic art skills by creating social media, running cameras for events, or producing a game like the one you're watching now. We also utilize the talents of adults to help mentor and provide a quality experience for the students. If you or someone you know might be interested in growing our coverage, you're welcome to call, text, or email us from the Northfield Live page at any time.
It's Saturday morning and the sun is shining. The familiar faces of local business owners greet you with warm smiles. You just unlocked the secret to a happier and more vibrant community, shopping local. Hi, I'm Kirk from Merchants Bank. When you shop local, especially during the holidays, you're not just buying products, you're investing in your community. Merchants Bank believes in supporting local businesses too. When you bank with us, you help put money back into the local economy, creating a thriving community for everyone. Thanks for supporting local.
In downtown Northfield, Champion Sports has everything you need to fill out your Christmas list. With Raiders, St. Olaf, and Carlton merch, including hats and hoodies, Champion's got you covered. Champion Sports has everything you need for the winter sports season, offering skates, skate sharpening, and official CCM equipment. When you're off the ice, Champion Sports has incredible shoe brands like Brooks and Adidas for when you're on your feet. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram to know when the latest seasonal gear is in stock at Champion Sports Northfield. Enjoy the holidays and gear up like a champion at Champion Sports.
Northfield is a unique town with passionate people. So much passion that it can be hard to keep up. That's why, if you're into art, local politics, sports, or anything else, Northfield Public Broadcasting is here to serve you. NPB is a free public access local television station that accepts submissions on anything you care about. NPB is a place to hear community voices and to share your own voice. Check it out.
Hey, welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena. As you can see from NorthfieldLive.com, you can see anyhow that the Zamboni is on the ice, and they're still clearing the ice here in between the two periods. The Raiders outshot New Prague in the second period, 19-4. But surprisingly enough, they only put one shot in the net. And it was a beauty indeed. Jake Geiger at the 7:23 mark was able to put that goal in and put them up 4-1. So they are up 4-1. There is 4 penalties against the Trojans there in that second period. So they put themselves in harm's way pretty much. But we're going to come out. It'll be a two-man advantage for Northfield going into the third period. And they'll have about 26 seconds on a 5-on-3 before they go again to a one-man advantage there in the second period. So the Trojans, just trying to get back and they're trying to be extremely physical, and they're doing a good job of being physical. And their coach, Brad Dragon, said at the beginning of the game, said early in the season they kind of had some problems with penalties, with some hits and some different things, some roughing penalties and different stuff like that. He didn't think they were so sloppy as they were just kind of awkward types of penalties. So with that said, main objective is obviously to stay out of the penalty box against Northfield, because Northfield has a very good penalty play. And the reality is that they haven't been able to push one through with a 30% percentage of power play for Northfield. Northfield has yet to really put one in the net during a power play. So they've had an opportunity early in the game. They went up. Looks like 3-1 at the end of one, and now it's 4-1, and they've had ample opportunities because they've had several people in the net you had Beckus had 2 penalties himself. Dylan Clark had one towards the end right there, and then at the 13:01, Bobby Goggins had a penalty. So New Prague pretty much shooting themselves right in the foot when it comes to staying out of the penalty box here in the second period. So, with the second period coming to a halt, like I said, the Raiders out shooting them 19-4 in that second period alone. Total shots on goal, 30 for Northfield, 12 for New Prague and the Trojans. So, an interesting third period. We'll have to see how things are about. Geiger and Kaiser still on the ice together, making beautiful music, if you will. And they had some nice moves and some nice opportunities out in front. Again, a lot of rebounds came out in front, right in front of the crease. Cashin had a couple of opportunities out in front and could not convert. And again, Geiger with a couple of opportunities. But the goal that Geiger got was an amazing shot. The puck came off the goalie, deflected in the air, was 2.5 feet in the air, and he just took an old baseball swing at her and drilled it right past the goalie, Quentin Stapp, for the 4th goal of the evening. So with that said, we are in between second and third periods. The Zamboni has left the ice. The ice will now set up a little bit here in between the 2 periods, and we will have that third period coming your way relatively shortly. Again, the Raiders will be in a 5-on-3 entering into the third period, leading the contest 4-1 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Raiders on top. You're listening to Raider Hockey right here on 95.1 The One, AM 1080, KYMN, and we're streaming on NorthfieldLive.com. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Community Resource Bank, you can bank from anywhere, anytime you want. The CRB mobile banking app makes it easy to keep track of your balances, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, and deposit checks any time of day or night. With branches in Northfield, Cannon Falls, and Roseville, we can offer solutions for businesses, residential, and investment accounts. Community Resource Bank. Let's bank together. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Happy holidays from all of us at Valley Auto House. Valley Auto House is a full-service collision center, towing facility, and automotive repair shop. Servicing all makes and models, we do everything from oil changes, brakes, and suspension, all the way to engine replacements. If you have a business, Valley Auto House is a state-certified DOT inspection and repair facility with certified technicians to keep your vehicles on the road. Happy holidays from all of us at Valley Auto House. Open from 7:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., located at Highway 3 South in Northfield, or find us at valleyautohouse.net.
Getting a job doesn't have to be a time sink, at least not at Northview Retirement Community. They work with me to create a schedule that works for me and is extremely flexible with time off. Not only are they flexible, but the work is beyond rewarding, knowing that I'm making the difference in our residents' lives. If you want to learn more about this fantastic place to work, check us out at northviewretirement.org. Northview Retirement Community. Innovation, choice, tradition.
Hi, Dr. Michael Ritchie, Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center. Do you have HSA dollars that you're looking at wondering, hey, what can I use these on? Did you know you can use HSA, HRA, and other health savings accounts to pay for your LASIK procedure? In addition, if you have a Flex account, you can set aside money in your Flex account for next year to use towards LASIK.
Ritchie Eye Clinic and LASIK Center, Faribault. World-class LASIK, small-town traffic. RitchieEyeClinic.com.
Northfield is a unique town with passionate people. So much passion that it can be hard to keep up. That's why, if you're into art, local politics, sports, or anything else, Northfield Public Broadcasting is here to serve you. NPB is a free public access local television station that accepts submissions on anything you care about. NPB is a place to hear community voices and to share your own voice. Check it out.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouth guard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you with the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Cravey, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Mallory Peterson, go Raiders!
Northfield Insurance offers more than just home and auto. They offer business insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and bonds as well. They have a combined 147 years of experience across 6 employees to make sure that you are getting the best possible insurance for your exact needs. Not only will they protect what's yours, they'll make sure that you're cared for like family. Find out how you can get the right insurance for you at nfldins.com or by calling 507-645-8861. Northfield Insurance Agency. They've got you covered.
What if you could choose to make a positive difference in the lives of others just by where you choose to bank? When you bank with Hometown Credit Union, you are participating in a not-for-profit cooperative. We proudly reinvest into our communities through free financial education to people of all ages. We believe people can make better money decisions when equipped with the financial knowledge they need. Learn more about how you can join Hometown to make a difference and support our financial education outreach at www.hometowncu.coop.
Glasses that fit right and look good doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. At River Valley Eye Professionals, we work with you to provide you with great-looking frames and the best corrective lens options available within a cost range you're comfortable with. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will make sure your glasses fulfill your unique needs every time. We don't just sell glasses, we shape them to you and your lifestyle. Find out how we can help you see more clearly at rvep.com. River Valley Eye Professionals. Don't miss seeing.
Welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena, a.k.a. Pepsi Center. We have a beautiful evening here this evening, and again, New Prague with a lot of fans here tonight, but unfortunately for them, they are trailing 4-1 here coming into the third period as Northfield able to score and capitalize in the second period at the 7:23 mark as Geiger, speaking of baseball, takes a home run swing and gets one past their goalie there in the second period. A lot of penalties there in the second period for New Prague. Raiders had a 5-on-3 advantage to start this third period, and it was getting a little chippy there in the end of the second, but now they're down 4-1 and at a two-man disadvantage. This will be an interesting start to the third period.
Yeah, I don't expect it to get any chippier than this. I feel like Northfield was talked to after their 2 ties over the weekend that, hey, boys, we need to start having some good dialed-in games here. We're not going to get chippy. We're not going to do anything silly at all. And I bet you New Prague just had that same conversation. So I expect after this power play we won't see too many more.
Controlled by Northfield. Skating through the neutral ice is Kaiser as we start the third period here. Munson out on ice. Riley at the top. Down to the circle, back to the top. Looking, all the way across to Kaiser. Shot, took the stick right out of the defender's hand as he tried to stop it. Here's another shot, and that one's up and over the top. Back off the glass and down into the corner it goes. Raiders still controlling it. And now they'll be at a one-man advantage here. 5-on-4 for Northfield, so a couple opportunities out there as the puck comes from the top of the circle. Munson down to the left, centering pass out front. Kaiser with a shot, deflected up off at the top and into the net. We'll have a stoppage of play, and we've got 50 seconds remaining in the power play for Northfield. Yet to score on the power play tonight.
Lots of nice, good shots there by Northfield. Good quality shots on goal, setting some stuff up. Will Cashin almost had an assist there with finding Kaiser in the middle. Good job by the New Prague goalie.
Face off for New Prague. They'll try to clear the zone. It's held back in. Geiger at the top of the circle. Skates it back to the point, drops it down into the near circle. They'll try to take it up in behind, escapes it down. Winter down in the corner, fighting for it. Kennelly all the way across ice. Stewart in behind the net. Hard check into the corner. Picked up by New Prague. They'll fire it all the way down to the other end of the ice. Christensen into the goal. Frank grabs it, regroups. 16 seconds remaining in the power play for Northfield. 15:42 to go in the game. Skates right through the crease, right through the middle there, and that one's broken up, and we're going to have a penalty on the play here, and it might be going back the other way now as Northfield. So that's going to be number 2, Ben Geiger. He's going to go to the penalty box, and we are a minute 21 into the third period, and now the Raiders will go into the penalty box for 2 minutes.
Yep, so we'll have even strength here for 11 seconds. And then New Prague will have a power play advantage.
Face off in the Northfield zone. There's a shot deflected up in the air off his ankle. You can see Cashin. He kind of caught that one just to outside the pad there. He's limping off the ice there a little bit. Here's a shot down the middle, and the Raiders now short-handed as it's the power play for the Trojans down the left side. They go centering pass out in front. That one's broken up by Northfield, and they'll bring that one all the way back down into the Trojan end. Picked up by Beckus. Beckus tries to clear the zone. He'll skate it over to the near boards. Broken up. Nice little break up there by Cashin as he holds it in, and he'll continue to hold it in as they try to skate it up and out of there and finally clear their own zone. Down the left-hand side goes Williams. He gets knocked to the ground by Pumper. They'll fire that one all the way. Stick save there by Will Seymour. He's going to pluck that one out of there. Geiger just getting crushed on the board. He had a centering pass out there to Munson, and that one goes flying all the way into the near boards. Geiger trying to pick it up and hold it in for Northfield. Northfield at the disadvantage, doing a great job of penalty kill and keeping it in the zone. Zeiger, oh, there's another shot across the head. That was Christensen who popped Geiger in the top of the head. So, like I said, as long as the Raiders don't, like you say, get chippy and start retaliating against them, there's some pushing and shoving, and they're knocking each other on the ground, and now he stole his stick. Well, they swapped sticks there for a second. Here's Christensen in his own zone for New Prague. Down in behind the corner. Here they come and try to clear. They've got 29 seconds remaining here in the power play for the Trojans. 14 minutes remaining in the third period. Raiders on top, 4-1. New Prague not really getting any quality shots off thus far. They've gotten one shot here in the third period, and they'll take that one all the way down into the corner. They'll bring it around to the near boards. Vasic tries to send it through the middle, but that one's broken up by Northfield. They'll bring that back to the top. Centering pass out front. We're back at full strength and 5-on-5, and they try to clear it again. Now that puck goes flying off the backboard in behind Frank, and now it's picked up by Rand. Rand tries to clear it. They'll fire that one towards the middle. That one's picked up right up in the middle for Christensen. He'll try to center that pass. Broken up by Northfield. Into the near boards it comes. Trojans trying to keep it in. Finally picked up by Northfield. Cam Kaiser, of course, skates it right through the neutral ice as he flies down the right side. Tries to stick poke one in there. Little cross move across the middle into the zone, but it's picked up by the Trojans. They'll clear the zone. Now it's picked up and neutral ice. Kaiser. Back to Simon. Simon loses control of it. Picked up now by, looks like Benjamin. Benjamin down that left side. He gets pushed into the boards. Trojans come away with it. Comes into the neutral ice. You can see that maybe Mike Luckcraft kind of changed up the thing. He's kept the defense kind of high, kept them on top, kept them up on that blue line, making sure they don't get caught in behind. And that's Kaiser firing it all the way into the zone as they clear and do a quick line change. Still trying to hold it in. Puck comes clear all the way through, and now it's going to go all the way back, and it's going to be Boardman racing for it, but New Prague will come away with it on the near circle. That one's broken up by Boardman. Down on the four corner goes. Centering pass across the middle. picked up there by Bradley. Bradley trying to clear the neutral zone, loses the puck, tries to dump it in, and New Prague will come away with it before it's intercepted by Ben Geiger. Ben Geiger will fire it all the way down into the far end, and Bradley will chase after that one. Nice little forward check there, but it's broken up temporarily. Raiders trying to hold it in. That's Cashin again. Top of the right circle. Ben Geiger with it, dumps it back. Cashin sends it down to the end line. Pass across the middle, tries to do a wraparound, centering pass out front, comes away to nobody. Munson picks it up. He gets smashed into the boards and the near boards, and now we'll have another stoppage of play. It looks like it could be. I'm not sure if that's going to be a penalty on Williams or not. Smacking him in. They're heading to the penalty box, boys and girls. Open. Door is open, and that is number 17. So at the 5:20 mark, we get another penalty on the play.
Yeah, I feel like we should tell the radio audience in particular, there are two Geigers on the ice. There's the senior Jake Geiger and the freshman, his younger brother, Ben Geiger. It's a lot of Geiger. And there's a reason for it. They're both great hockey players.
2 minutes and a man advantage for the Northfield Raiders. They'll face off to the left of the goalie for New Prague. So again, another penalty against New Prague. Puck comes to the top. Kaiser at the top of the circle. Near boards, Geiger. Jake Geiger down underneath. All the way to the point. Riley. Back to the point. Shot towards the goal. Deflection out front. Rebound! Munson with the score on the penalty play, on the power play. Munson. Number 20. Caden Munson with the goal. And that comes at the 5:34 mark.
Nice job by Caden Munson to be in the right spot there. As looked like it was who put it on net down in there. And Caden got it bounced off just to the left, and Caden Munson was right in the right spot and put it in behind the goalie.
Or so the Raiders finally number 20, Caden Munson. Assist to number 4, Bridger Riley. Munson from Riley on your Raider power play goal.
Kaiser will pick it up in the neutral zone. He's going to go down the right-hand side and an interception off the post. Right out front, another shot. That one goes straight up in the air, and the Raiders recover that one underneath. There's another shot by Kaiser, and that was deflected by the goalie, Stapp. Now to the point. They are not done yet. Just under 11 minutes left, and they just took a barrage of shots on the goalie for New Prague, and they have found another gear here in the third period. Ben Geiger loses control of the puck at the top of the circle, and that'll come loose, and it'll go all the way back in the Northfield zone before they pick it back up, and they'll try to bring it back up through neutral ice. Cam Kaiser down the right side, flips that one right up in the air, caught by the goalie, comes loose out in front, and then he just gets bulldogged, and here's Kaiser. Now there they go. They're starting to talk a little bit of chat. That's Beckus. Beckus has already been in the penalty box several times tonight, and he should be going back in, if I'm not mistaken, because that was just a blatant cross-check across the middle there, and in Beckus goes to the penalty again.
Yeah, if there's one guy that can probably get underneath another team's skin other than Kaiser, it would be Andrew Winter. Just me knowing Andrew, how I know him. What a country kid, rough kid. He knows how to poke the bear a little bit.
Well, without a doubt, Raiders will go on the power play again, so they did get a power play goal finally there, and now they've got another opportunity at the power play. They'll be at one-man advantage, and the winner will try to recover that one off the face-off before it's cleared out into the neutral zone. 10:25 remaining, third period. Raiders on top, 5-1 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. Benjamin down the right side. Drop pass to Winner. That one comes out on the type. Now Ben Geiger will send it all the way to the other circle. That one's deflected, broken up, and sent into the other zone by Wojtis. Raiders will pick it up in the neutral ice, skate it through, down the left side, shot towards the middle as we had a breaking across the middle there was Stewart, and that one just off his stick as it goes through the crease, and the Raiders will recover in their own zone. Stewart will now skate it across the blue line. Right out in front, Benjamin, opportunity, broken up by the goalie, sent to the near boards. 9:42 remaining. Third period. Stewart through neutral ice. Nice tape-to-tape pass there by Winner. Winner loses it control. It's right out in front. Centering pass out front. Now it's broken up, sent in behind the net. Wrap around there. That one's broken up. He'll go back the other direction, but it's picked up by Riley. Riley, he'll try to dump it in. Munson gets poke checked off of that one. Kennelly tries to hold it in. Centering pass flies all the way across. They'll fire that one all the way back to the other side, so no icing call on the play. 30 seconds remaining in the power play for the Northfield Raiders. And they'll go down that right side. Kaiser right around that right side. Pass across the middle, and that one's caught, and they trap that one. And they'll face that one off again to the left of the net. So we got a stoppage of play with 8:53 to go. 21 seconds remaining in the power play for Northfield.
That one go up into the net? I kind of lost it. It looked like I thought it was going to go at the goalie, but he didn't have it. I think it actually flipped up into the net there.
Yep. And so we'll face off, and New Prague will try to control the puck, but the Raiders will come away with it. Kaiser, opportunity out front, and that one fired off of there. Now we've got a stoppage of play as that one was sailing up into the net. So Kaiser with another opportunity from that right slot, and
close.
Very close. They almost put one through. So 8:42 remaining, 10 seconds in the power play to Northfield.
Shots and goals still favoring Northfield heavy, 37-13. I think New Prague only got one shot on goal in their last power play advantage.
Yeah, the Raiders out shooting him 7-1 here in the third period already.
A lot of good defense, though, by Northfield as well.
Puck goes all the way back down to the other end. Munson crushed hard to the boards as New Prague tries to clear the zone. Jake Geiger tries to hold it in. Kaiser pushed right into the boards. I'm surprised there isn't a rear check or back check or something, a penalty on that one, because he went face first into the boards. Down the puck goes into the Northfield zone, and it'll be picked up by Riley, and they'll turn around and they'll bring it right back to the other end. So again, New Prague still extremely physical, but pushing their luck as they have had 2 penalties already here in the second period. Raiders leading this contest 5-1 with 8:08 to play.
Yeah, 8:08 left in the third period. 5-1 favoring Northfield on the Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Puck will come all the way to the near side here. Pumper will try to hold it in. Puck goes flying all the way across the other end of the ice. He'll get pushed down into the boards. Again, like I said, New Prague not pulling any punches here in the third period at all, remaining extremely physical. Now we're going to have another call. I think it's going to be offsides, but the way they've been pushing each other around, who knows? Yeah, it'll be offsides against New Prague. 7:47 remaining. Raiders outshooting them 37-13 total and outshooting them 7-1 here in the third period alone. That puck will come clean. Raiders, Whiteman will try to clear it and it'll be dumped back into the Northfield zone. New Prague will come away with it. They'll send it all the way across to the near side. Down into the corner it goes. Now at the top of the point, Whiteman picks it up. He centers that pass all the way across. That'll be Becker as he pokes it all the way back into the New Prague zone, deep into the New Prague zone. Coming around the corner, Otremba tries to clear it, can't do it, tries to bank it off the boards. Raiders will just hammer it right back in, brings it all the way to the near side. Pumper pushes it up to the corner. Puck comes loose. New Prague tries to clear, fires it right back into the zone. They'll pick it up, tries to hit it through the neutral zone. That's picked up by Kennelly at center ice. He didn't even see it. It just caught him in the back of his glove. He kind of just knocked it down, and now he'll chase into the corner. Tries to hold it in. 6:50 to go. Third period. New Prague comes away with it. They tries to center that one up and out, and they try to push it forward as Wittes tries to clear it, but the Raiders will take control of that. Rand will send it all the way to the other side of the ice. Pass broken up at neutral ice by the Trojans. Picked up by the Raiders, now in their own zone. Boardman off the boards. And that one will go back into the neutral ice. Boardman, he gets taken off the puck there by a check by Seymour. Now they'll skate it all the way through. Benjamin skates it all the way back in through and into the Trojan zone. That one is a turnaround right there. Boardman's going to take a shot. That's deflected out front.
There we go.
And there's a rebound by Kennelly and a score. At the 10:53 mark, Kennelly makes it 6-1.
Great job by Kennelly, being right there, having that slow heartbeat to elevate that puck. As who's got it out there in center? Looks like, was that Boardman that put that out there in center?
I want to say Sam Boardman was right out in front, number 17, was out in front with that pass, and it flunked it out front. And then, of course, a nice comeback with Griffin, and he was able to put it in the net to make it 6-1, and that is
scoring
his
for the
fourth
Raiders
goal.
At 10:53 of the third period, number 21, Griffin Kennelly. Assistant number 17, Sam Boardman. And number 3, Bradley Barrett.
So a nice little move there, nice little play for the Northfield Raiders as they go up 6-1 now. So it is dwindling down. The time is running around. It's not going to be a favor. It's not a much favor for New Prague any longer as we count down to 5:35 remaining here in the third period. That's a lot of goals to have to score. And so far, Max Frank has done a good job of keeping the puck out of the net as the Raiders lead this one 6-1. And there's another stoppage of play right there. And New Prague skating off the ice. You could see they're a little bit tired, I think. They're definitely, they're frustrated for sure, but they sure look like they're tired.
Yeah, the Northfield Raiders do look like they're in really good condition, right? They don't seem to be dragging them. Obviously, they're winning, so that helps, but they do seem to be conditioned really, really well.
Puck will come out in the neutral ice as New Prague will try to push it through, but now Kaiser will try to dump it back into the New Prague zone, and they do so. Geiger shot caught by the goalie on the left glove, and they'll face off in the New Prague zone from that near circle.
So according to my spotter's guide, Sam Boardman, the senior, comes in. He did not have any assists coming into the game tonight. He had one career goal. He's got 2 assists tonight. So he's having a day.
Yep, and everyone seems to step up a little bit with Northfield. They've got a very well-balanced team. Everyone's contributing in some fashion, whether it's maybe a goal here and a goal there, or a lot of assists, or whatever the case may be. But definitely, you look at just the lineup, and it's everyone seems to be contributing in some fashion throughout the year. This puck will come all the way down into the far end for New Prague. Raiders will hold it in. Pass comes right out in front. And they'll fire that one all the way down. Looks like they'll probably call an icing call, and they'll bring it right back to the other end, deep into the Trojans' end. And they'll face off, I believe, to the right of the goalie, which is Quentin Stapp, and he's the junior for New Prague. And, he's had a barrage. They've had 40 shots on goal. 6 of them went in, but he stopped 34. You got to give him credit for that, as the Raiders have only given up 14 shots on goal all night tonight. Picked up by New Prague, skating through the neutral zone. They'll get down the left-hand side. A little dump pass from Seymour. That one goes down in the corner, and now we're going to have another stoppage of play, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty here. So who are we going to send to the net now? It's going to be a Raider for sure, and that's going to be Kennelly with the penalty. So 11:33 mark, we're sending him to the brig, if you will.
Well, New Prague definitely needs to make something happen here if they want to get back into this game. Clock is... Oh, we got a timeout. Timeout, New Prague.
New Prague will take a timeout. You're listening to Raider Hockey here on KYMN and AM 1080, streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com. We'll be right back.
Quarterback Club of Northfield knows just how hard the student-athletes work each and every sports season and would like to wish all of the Raiders athletic teams the best of luck this year. After practice is over or before the big game, stop into the Quarterback Club and grab their roasted chicken, tender baby back ribs, or famous broiled burgers. Short on time? Call ahead and they will have it ready for you to carry out. They serve lunch and dinner, so no matter your busy schedule, the Quarterback Club has something for you. Good luck, Raiders, and we'll see you after the game. The Quarterback Club, off Highway 3 in North.
This is Barb from Professional Dental Group, letting you know that the doctors and staff of Professional Dental Group are proud to call themselves Northfield Raiders sports fans. Whether scheduling for an implant, mouthguard, or general visit, we look forward to providing you with the same exceptional care that Professional Dental Group has delivered for over 45 years. So on behalf of Dr. Becky Johnson, Dr. John Nowak, Dr. Brian Cravey, Dr. Tyler Yonke, and Dr. Mallory Peterson, go Raiders!
And welcome back to the Northfield Ice Arena, and they are going to take a break there. So they did a little timeout here, a little powwow in the corner there to find out what's happening here for New Prague, and they've got 4 minutes and 27 seconds to figure out how to score 5 points, but I think the Northfield Raiders might have a say in that as well. There's a shot just like that. Bam. Not sure what happened there. That just flat kind of held them out. The hostage right there. That went right over the top of the goalie. And Connor Williams would put them on their goal there. So the power play, quick power play at that, at the 12:21 mark or 12:41 mark.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it here. Go ahead and cut it.
12:41 mark for Williams, and he puts them up on the power play. So that will give them their second goal of the evening.
Pretty good slap shot there from the left side.
New Prague. Number 17, Connor Williams. Assist to number 10, Will Seymour. And number 20, Braden Whitus.
Raiders will take control of the puck in the neutral ice now as they face off again after the goal there by Williams. So they probably took a little time out and talked about how to set up that goal a little bit. That one comes out in front. Kaiser will take another shot. That one's deflected and rebounded out front. As now they'll turn back the other direction and they'll head the other way as Berg skates it down. But that one's broken up off the stick. Kaiser tries to hold it in. He'll skate it through. Centers over to Whiteman. Whiteman try to hold the puck, fires it back across the middle, intercepted and picked off by New Prague, and they'll try to clear it out of the zone. Riley will pick it up in his own neutral ice. Now they'll skate it back, forwarding past to Kaiser, and now we've got another, looks like we got a penalty here, slashing penalty coming up.
I missed it, whatever it's coming from.
It's going, well, they're going to send somebody to the box, and it looks like they're going to get Whiteman for slashing right away. So now the Raiders will be down again in the power play, and of course Williams just scoring off the power play just seconds ago.
Yeah. Oofta. That's no bueno. That's Whiteman going to the box for slashing.
Okay, so puck comes loose out in the front.
Minor penalty says the Raiders number 19, Christian Whiteman, 2 minutes, tripping.
Oh, they got him for tripping rather than slashing.
So here we are, the New Prague on the power play. 3:03 left to go in the third period. Northfield Raiders up 62 on the Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Well, I just made the comment, you got to score 5 goals, and they put the one in pretty fast, but now they are on the power play again, and they'll try to hold that back. He's going to call him for high sticking, I believe. No, he's going to waive it. I thought for a second he was going to call him for high sticking, but they did not call it. So we've got a minute and 15 left in the power play for New Prague. Back on the ice, of course, is Connor Williams out there, and Seymour's out there as well, so they'll fire that one through. Williams tries to get a stick on it out in front of the crease right there. A lot of pushing and shoving still going on. Centering pass out front. That one's broke up by Jay Geiger. Now there's a shot. Now is a good glove save right there by Max Frank. Saw that one coming all the way. So 57 seconds remaining as both teams will now switch out of a full line change here. We've still got 57 seconds remaining in the power play to New Prague with 2:21 remaining in the period. 6-2 in favor of the Raiders. Face-off. Raiders clear. Fired all the way down on the other end.
The Raiders coming into the game with a 72% penalty kill. Doing a good job here so far.
There's a puck right out in front of the net. Now it goes in behind the net. Seymour fighting for it back there. They'll try to pick it up. New Prague will come away with it. They'll try to push it up. Intercepted. Nice break up there by Cashin. Cashin, some good defensive play right there. Now it's Munson. Cashin. Cashin on the left side. Tries to pass it down to the left, but it's broken up. Now it's centering pass there. Goes all the way to the circle. Now it's picked up by the Trojans. Trojans will skate it through. 19 seconds remaining in their second power play of the period. That one's picked up by Ben Geiger in behind. He'll fire it off the boards. That should pretty much run it down as it's Benjamin who takes him into the boards down in deep into the New Prague zone. Kennelly in hot pursuit. Now Riley will keep it in that left circle. Short-handed opportunity out front, and Kennelly just gets broadsided, and they're going to go right back to the penalty box. Now we're going to get some pushing and shoving here. Wow, cheap shot there. Definitely a cheap shot by New Prague, and he'll be going to the box, and he won't be coming out with about minute 19 remaining. I can tell you that right now. So away they go. It looks like that's number 20.
Kennelly getting up a little slow there. He definitely got maybe the wind knocked out of him a little bit on that hit, but he's going to try and stay on the ice here.
Wow, that was a hit right across the chops.
Yeah,
right
I think
there.
he's hurting a little bit.
So we got a minute 19 remaining. Power play for Northfield. Kennelly's out on the top there on the point. Now down to the circle. Shot saved by the goalie. Back up to the top. Down in the bottom they go. They'll send it far to the right. Benjamin will pick it up. He'll bring it back to the top. Down back to the circle. In behind the net they go. Kennelly on the near boards. Sends it up to Geiger. Now it's intercepted and picked off. Down the left-hand side goes Seymour. Centering pass broken up by Northfield. Less than a minute to go. Third period. Raiders down the left side. Now a dump past Benjamin. Shot towards the net. Rebound out front. No good. Broken up by the goalie. Centering pass up to the top of the key. Now to the right side. Back to the center. 38 seconds remaining here in the third period for Northfield. Back to the top. Shot towards the goal. Right out in front is Benjamin with an opportunity, but the goalie kicks it off to the right-hand side and deep in the end of the Trojans, falling in the corner as the two teams continue to fight it out with 21 seconds remaining. Raiders at the top, and that one's broken up, and it does not. They held it in the zone. Ben Geiger will hold it in the zone. Now he'll send it down in behind the net. Raiders try to push it up from that left circle. From the point. Raiders controlling it. Shot towards the goal. Goalie will catch it. And they just let the seconds go. They didn't. They held the whistle. Held the whistle in. And that is the end of the contest. Your Northfield Raiders come away victorious over New Prague this evening, 6-2 from your Heritage Bank scoreboard. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll recap. You're listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1 The One, AM 1080 KYMN, and streaming live on NorthfieldLive.com.
Your morning with the KYMN Morning Show. This is Jeff Johnson. Join me each weekday from 6 to 9 a.m. when I talk with local people making news. Rich Larson has the area's most comprehensive and up-to-date newscasts. Weather specialist Bob Matheson will have your forecast, and Tim McNiff joins us for news with a side of sports. Find out what's happening in your community by listening to 95.1 FM, AM 1080, or online at kymnradio.net. KYMN 95 The One.
Northfield Live doesn't just provide game coverage. We provide opportunities for Northfield youth to showcase, learn, and experience many aspects of media. This opportunity gives students a chance to get real-life experience and build their writing skills. Working at Northfield Live isn't just about the on-screen coverage. The reports and stories about games, athletes, and coaches are just as important as broadcasting the game itself. If you or someone you know might be interested in learning how to write stories about local high school sports, we encourage you to call, text, or email us at the Northfield Live page anytime. From all of us at Northfield Live, go Raiders!
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call the professionals at Service Master by Hyatt. Service Master has been an industry leader for more than 20 years and have proven cleaning products to remove even the toughest stains and get the winter weather out of your carpets and floors. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. When you're in need of cleaning, demand the yellow van and call Service Master by Hyatt today.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Our post-game cleanup is brought to you by Service Master by Hyatt. When disaster strikes, demand the yellow van. And it is a cleanup, and for sure, 8 penalties on the night for New Prague. A couple for the Raiders, so I commend the Raiders on keeping their composure.
They absolutely did. And coming out for those 2 ties, we mentioned it a few times here in this broadcast. I'm guessing that was the message sent by the coaches. Hey, we need to have some good, clean games. Let's get a win here. Stay out of the penalty box, which they definitely did do. It was a very good, clean game.
Just crazy, just shots on goal by period. In the first period, it was a shot 11-8 in favor of Northfield, but it was 19-4 and then 15-4 in the third period for Northfield.
Wow.
So they crushed them that way. 45 shots on goal tonight, and they just kept peppering and peppering and peppering. I'm surprised it was only 6-1, especially with all the penalties.
Yeah. No, I honestly feel like the defensively helped us stay in the offensive zone that much. You know, I don't know what you were seeing there, but that's what it seemed like to me. Like, I felt like our defense guys were just doing a really great job of getting in the right places early to keep us in the offense that much.
Well, it's, again, recapping the scores at the 3:59 mark. It was Andrew Winter who put the first goal in the net for Northfield, and then as Barrett Bradley got his second goal of the season, and they put him up 2-0, and with 8:55 to go, and they were able to score. Will Seymour was able to put one in the net in that first period and made it 2-1, and then it was Jake Geiger or no, I take that back. It was Cam Kaiser with a nice wrist shot from that right circle to put them up at the 16-13 mark, 3-1. And it was pretty much all Raiders after that. In the second period, surprisingly enough, outshooting them 19-4, but they only put one goal in the net, and that was Jake Geiger with that baseball swing across the front of the net there, and that was a 4-1 lead there. And then we come into the third period, and a lot, like I said, there was a lot of opportunities for Northfield. They finally did get one power play goal on the evening at the 5:34 mark. They went up again 5-1 at that point, and then it was Connor Williams on a power play, on their power play. And that was a nice play on his part, too. They caught him out front there a little bit. He came down the left-hand side. He had a nice shot that beat the goalie, beat Max Frank over the top of his shoulder, and that became 5-2, and then the Raiders capped it off at the 10:53 mark, and it was a final of 6-2. Like I said, outshooting them 15-4. 8 penalties against.
That's not
Penn.
what their coach wanted.
Not at all.
Yeah, when you had their pregame interview, that's not what he wanted.
Luckily, 2 penalties only for Northfield. And so they played a nice game. Like you said, it was the composure. I really liked the way they held themselves. There was opportunity. Kennelly got crushed in front of the ice there late in that game, and Riley went back up and had a couple words to say about that as well. This could have got out of hand, but I got to commend Luckcraft and the kids for really just
and the refs.
And they just hey, we're just simmer down, guys. We're not going to let this happen. This if you guys get out of hand, we'll just start tossing. I'm kind of shocked at that last one, that last penalty, if that wouldn't have been a major, but. Nonetheless, the Raiders come away with this. They win this contest. Like I said, from your Heritage Bank scoreboard, they win this one 6-2. And the Raiders now go to 7-1-2. So they did tie a couple of contests there, and they will be obviously playing again. So now in New Prague, we'll be taking on Rochester Lourdes. That'll be on Thursday, December 21st, just 2 nights away. And then they'll take on Chaska. They got a long break in between there before they get to Chaska. What's upcoming events will be for Northfield Live? Well, Thursday, 2 days away, we're going to have December 21st. We again have 2 games. We're going to have girls hockey versus Mankato East and girls basketball versus Red Wing. That's what's happening on NorthfieldLive.com.
And then we get a little bit of break.
Then we get a short break as well. And for your Northfield Raiders, again, tying the last 2 against Spring Lake Park and Osseo, winning this one 6-2 tonight. They'll have Mankato East on Thursday night, and then they'll be back Saturday, January 6th, as Mankato West will then come back to the Pepsi Center and take on your
That's
Northfield.
in what, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah, so
post-game cleanup again, brought to you by Service Master by IAT. When disaster strikes, demand the yellow van. You've been listening to Raider Hockey on 95.1 The One, AM 1080, and streaming live right here on NorthfieldLive.com. Oliver Hollerung, Lance Reister, Howie Reister, Jimmy LaRue bidding you adieu. We'll have you see you in 2 nights.